disappointing ending, the amount of progress the franchise made in 1 year is remarkable. They clearly have their franchise quarterback in Jayden Daniels, a culture builder in Dan Quinn, and a front office and owner that has calmed the organizational dysfunction. This isn't the last we've heard from Washington. I'm Maggie Gray.
Milo's Rewards Week is coming, and it's kind of a big deal. Members, get ready for 7 days of up to 40% off store-wide on hundreds of items. Save on the top brands in bath, tools, paint, and more. Our biggest member deals are on January 30th through February 5th. So if you're not a loyalty member, now's the time to join for free. Lowe's knows home improvement. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Shopping for a mortgage? Don't sign a thing till you call for a free quote from Fountain City Finance. 687-8200.
Fires the ball down the middle. Jason Swain!
It's time to kick off 3 hours of fair and honest discussions that go beyond the headlines of today's sports news.
And for a Tennessee touchdown!
From the Budweiser studios of 99.1 The Sports Animal, here are a couple of guys with over 30 years of combined knowledge of Tennessee sports. Here's Josh and Swain.
Good Monday afternoon. Welcome in to Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us today. We are very excited to be with you for the next 3 hours. Final week of January is here. This is a time where, December goes so quickly. People get to this point in January like, when is this month going to end? It's a 10-week month to start the year. It is here, the final week of January. The Super Bowl matchup is now set. The Chiefs, surprisingly, are back in it. We'll get to that. An error in judgment by Jason Swain to cover as well. Tennessee basketball, what a game on Saturday night. The Vols came up just short, but we can also talk about what can happen moving forward after that road game at Auburn on Saturday. We'll talk Tennessee football. We'll talk portal updates. We'll talk to you. Call or text at 865-656-9900 if you would like to be a part of the show. VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain is here. Swain, good afternoon. How are you?
What was I thinking on Friday? You asked me who would win between Kansas City and Buffalo, who I had going to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
And I picked the Bills.
Buffalo Bills, yep.
Yeah, the Buffalo Bills, the Bills of Buffalo. At the beginning of the NFL season, we picked our preseason Super Bowl pick. And I picked the Chiefs to three-peat.
Yes, you did.
And I totally forgot that I did that Friday when we were picking our conference champions.
Yep. At the beginning of the season, you picked the Chiefs to advance to the Super Bowl and win it. But on Friday, you picked the Chiefs at home.
I picked the Bills
to lose.
Yeah, it is. It's right. What was I thinking?
I don't know. But am I correct here? Tell me if you want to debate me. But I think you have now forfeited any bragging rights if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl.
I have.
You can't come back and say, hey, I nailed the pick.
I can't say anything. What's crazy is a couple of years ago when the Chiefs beat the Eagles, we did our preseason Super Bowl pick after that season. And I picked a rematch.
Yep.
KC and the Eagles. Well, that didn't happen last year. But here we are this year with that rematch.
You were a year ahead of yourself.
I was a year ahead of myself. You're right.
So I don't know if a little bit later in the show you want to grab a set of horseshoes. We can play those, toss those around. You're pretty good at that game.
Ah, man. I've never played horseshoes before, but I wouldn't mind doing it. It's kind of like cornhole, right?
Similar approach, yeah.
Yeah. Kind of, but not really.
Well, you're tossing, yeah.
Yeah. Underhand. But I'm ready for tonight's basketball game between the Lady Vols
This
and
is a big
the
one.
Lady Gamecocks. That's what I'm fired up about.
Kim Caldwell's back?
She back.
That was quick. And I think she told us or had let it be known her plan was to be back as quickly as possible, and that is the case. She told the media over the weekend she plans to be on the sideline with her team. She was back at practice on Friday.
We got to win. The girls got to put together a winning effort tonight. So close, so many games. Tonight is where you get rewarded. You get rewarded tonight against best team in the country. I don't care if they're number one or not. Still the best team in the country.
Yeah, 7 o'clock ESPN2 for the television broadcast. We'll have the Lady Vol Network coverage for you. 7 o'clock airtime. 7 o'clock tip-off time. 6:30 airtime for Tennessee and South Carolina.
Let's get after it. I don't mind breaking down the Lady Vol South Carolina game for 3 hours. No problem doing that. You know, there was a men's basketball game over the weekend. Did you know that, Josh?
I did know that. I watched it.
I watched it too. I didn't know Broome was so healthy. You look really healthy out there.
I got to tell you, I whiffed on that one. So, speaking of you whiffing on your AFC title game pick, we're not going to get to your NFC title game pick, but Auburn got me. That was less than 2 weeks. I guess it was 2 weeks to the day when he came back. But Broome's ankle injury, to come out there and play 33 minutes, now he's not 100%. But
says who?
I would say he was limping during breaks. He didn't have the same explosion. He was like 7 of 19 from the field. He didn't have the same lift. He had an impact. Don't get me wrong. He had 13 rebounds. He had 4 blocks. Don't get me wrong there. I can't believe he played 33 minutes. I also probably would have gone at him a little bit more and try to make him show how explosive and how mobile he could be out there. I mean, that was a fight out there, 53-51. It was not a great shooting performance on either side.
No, sir.
They traded a few baskets in the second half, but 53-51. Number one team in the country prevails, but Tennessee came out of it, I think, probably feeling better about itself and how it can handle difficult situations against really good teams. Zakai had a shot at the end. It didn't go. But in that kind of position, I think you'll take that shot anytime. He just didn't make that one. Get the shot, take the shot.
I'm proud of how we played, honestly. I mean, the toughness for most of the game, the effort for most of the game. I mean, I enjoyed the game. I know some of you offensive snobs, it could be in football or basketball, you prefer a lot of points.
Yep.
But I think there's beauty in low-scoring games at times. And you take a team like Auburn, who was the number one offensive team in the country, and Tennessee brought them more to the mud, more than Auburn brought Tennessee to the mud. Because Tennessee is the number one team defensively in the country and looked like it. Auburn was the number one offensive team in the country and did not look like it because of Tennessee's defense. We have seen Tennessee lose control and allow the home team to go on 8-0 runs, 10-0 runs. They didn't do that at Auburn. We didn't freak out like we did against Florida. I thought, obviously, the game result isn't what you want, but Zakai was masterful, as always. Auburn's best player played better than our best player. And really, sometimes it just really comes down to that. It's that simple. You need your best players to play the best. Auburn's did. I was a little surprised, and Jay Williams mentioned it during the broadcast or during halftime, that why didn't Tennessee go after Janiah Broome, put him in more ball screens, make him move side to side, test his mobility. I was really shocked by that. I mean, imagine if he didn't play. Tennessee wins the game. Easily, probably, if he does not play. But he played, and with 1.5 leg, he was dominant. We didn't really have an answer for him. And every Tennessee loss, J.P. Estrella has been missed big time because Broom was pushing us around. You're not pushing JP Estrella around. JP is a freshman, did a great job, the best job of anybody on our basketball team last year versus Zach Edey. And so we have missed him so much. But can't make excuses. You got to find a way to win. We had an opportunity to shoot it and win it. It was Zakai Ziegler. I like the shot selection. I like going for three. I didn't feel good about going into overtime with guys with 4 fouls.
Gainey had fouled out.
Yeah, I just didn't feel good about going to overtime. That's one of those situations in football where you just go for 2. You go for 2 when you're tied up. And so us shooting a 3, that was our way of going for it, going for 2 and trying to win instead of going to overtime.
So Auburn gets the win, 53-51, but Tennessee is still in a really good position for what it can be as a team. We are still having the conversation about where the Vols need to improve, but everybody in the country is having that kind of conversation. So we'll talk about how Saturday night went, what happens moving forward, because Tennessee's basketball team cannot linger talking about Auburn. You have Kentucky and Florida coming up this week, Swain. 2 home games, 2 big home games for the Vols.
I mean, I like our chances against Kentucky. I mean, Kentucky defensively is not that great, but that plays into their game plan because offensively we can be stagnant. We can go through droughts where we don't score the basketball. So we got to make sure we do a good job of defending the 3, which we are the best at in the country, only allowing 25%. Opponent shooting the 3. So we got to be really good there because remember the Kentucky-Florida game where you look at the box score and Florida won every single stat, it seemed like, except for the 3-point shot. Kentucky won that Saturday game where it was like 100 and something to 90 because they shot the ball from 3 very, very well. So we got to make sure we guard that and not foul them while they're shooting it. Preferably, that'd be nice. But if we do that, I think we'll be okay versus Kentucky, man. Their defense is not that great, man. They don't play great defense.
Like Tennessee was a week ago, Kentucky is coming off a road loss at Vanderbilt this past weekend. So Kentucky needs this one as well. Kentucky is 3-3, Tennessee 4-3 in SEC play. Florida beat Georgia 89-59. So Georgia has struggled the last couple of weeks. Blew that game against Arkansas, and
I think we broke.
Now
Georgia.
we're trying. Did Tennessee break Georgia?
I think we broke Georgia. Okay. Yeah, I think we broke Georgia because Georgia's playing pretty good until they played Tennessee.
Yeah,
I mean they were rolling, man. They were ranked. Remember that?
They were ranked. They had just entered the poll. Then Tennessee beat them. Then Auburn beat them. And Arkansas, and then Florida beat them up.
So they lost their SEC opener to Ole Miss, and then they beat Kentucky at home. And then they beat Oklahoma, and then they were ranked.
Yeah.
And then they played Tennessee, Auburn, Arkansas, and Florida. Tennessee was the first of the 4-game losing streak for the Bulldogs. So
Tennessee broke.
We broke Georgia.
Georgia basketball is what happened. But
you don't have to be specific. You don't have to be specific. you don't have to be specific there. Just Tennessee beat Georgia. Okay.
Yeah.
We broke Georgia. That's all you gotta say.
That's all that needs to be known.
You don't have to mention the sport.
Should I mention that there's nothing to be ashamed of by losing to Florida on the road by 30 points, as Georgia did on Saturday?
Correct. We understand, Georgia. We get it.
Doesn't say anything.
We understand.
All right. Let the segment show. Tennessee broke Georgia. End of sentence. We'll come back just the beginning of the show. We invite you to join us today. Call or text at 865-656-9900. You'll hear from Rick Barnes and Zakai Ziegler. Zakai Ziegler with a message of what Tennessee can be as it moves forward with a big week coming up, big rest of the schedule remaining in SEC play as we continue right here on Josh and Swain.
They say the best things in life are free. Streaming 99.1, the sports animal proves it.
Hiller Plumbing, Cooling, and Electrical, they've been in business since 1990. They are family-owned and operated. Hiller makes sure to take care of every customer on every job every time, and they stand by their work. 100% satisfaction of happy you'll be or the service is free. If a customer isn't pleased with the work performed, Hiller will make sure to make it right. Professional, experienced, trustworthy technicians. They come into your home and leave it cleaner and better than they found it. One of the great things about Hiller is the true transparency pricing. What that means is that Hiller will line item what every part of the job is up front, so homeowners can easily understand what they're paying for and why, itemizing parts and labor separately. No hidden fees, no added costs, no surprises when you get your bill. Learn more at happyhiller.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
Tennessee fans, SEC action is underway at the Food City Center for Vol Hoops.
Fires a three over the top and hits from the left wing.
Multiple games are already sold out. Don't wait to get your tickets to catch the Vols in action with exciting SEC matchups in the Food City Center this season.
Gets the outlet pass and slams at the other end. Relentless pursuit of the basketball by Tennessee.
Don't wait. Tickets are going fast, so buy them today and join the fun. Visit allvols.com.
Honey, we need a new roof.
Go to moshingles.com and get a quote in 60 seconds.
Are they any good?
Yeah, they're a top-rated roofing company in East Tennessee and A+ rated with the BBB.
Free instant quotes at moshingles.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Show up early, cash out quarterly. The first 100 fans to show up for the big game on Sunday get a free square for the chance to win a Twin Peaks gift card at the end of every quarter. Plus, every fan scores free fried pickles just for showing up. Contact Twin Peaks for more information on availability and offers.
Join 99.1 The Sports Animal this Sunday morning at 10 a.m. for the NFL Report. John Wilkerson and a rotating group of the Sports Animal staff discuss the games, players, trades, and injuries that make the NFL the most popular pro sport in the country. For over 20 years, the NFL Report is the place to start your pro football Sunday. This week, join the NFL Report live at Blue Moose, 334 Fountain View Circle in Alcoa.
Now Taxes is using Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get your refund so you can do more with it right in Credit Karma. Now this is taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Hi, I'm Pat with ProSource Home Buyers, and I buy houses cash. If you have a house and you want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me. 865-500-3711. I pay cash and close as quickly as you'd like. I buy houses in any condition, any price range, and any location. I buy several houses per month, and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorced houses, behind on payment houses. I even buy my tenant will pay me the rent houses. Do you have a house that's in rough shape and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, because I love buying those houses. I buy vacant houses, abandoned houses, condemned houses, and even foreclosure houses. If you have a house and you want to sell it fast, call me. 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711.
In a flash, sell your house for cash. ProSource Home Buyers.
Josh and Swain on 99.1 The Sports Animal. Once again, voted one of the top 25 sports midday shows in America by Barrett Sports Media.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Tony said, I agree, Swain. I'm proud of the team. I always harp on competing. Tennessee competed at Auburn on Saturday night.
Yeah, no complaints. Now, was I yelling at the TV? My family can confirm that I was. On some egregious calls by the officials, like the blatant grab by Broom on Ekpara.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was blatant. And then some of our plays that we made that just wasn't smart. So, but yeah, I was into the game. I was yelling at the TV. But I enjoyed the game. I thought it was a good game. I hate that Tennessee came out on the losing side, but I'm proud of how we played for sure. And I think that confirmed that Tennessee can go to the Final Four. Like, Tennessee can compete and beat any team in the country with how we play on the road. Because the biggest test for me, biggest question, isn't, all right, can we win playing at home? Like the football team, we can beat anybody at home, but you're not going to win a championship at home. They don't have home games for championships. You have to play away, either someone else's house or neutral site.
Right.
How do you play on the road? Is it similar to how you play at home? Tennessee's game against Auburn was similar to how we play at home as far as the intensity, as far as the defensive pressure, the shot making. Hey, we've seen Tennessee be cold from at home too, but like we've seen on the road how the home teams would go on a run, whether it's football or basketball, go on a run, and us have trouble recovering and get back into the game. That happened already once at Florida, but it didn't happen at Auburn. And that's the good thing I take away from that game.
Yeah, I don't want to just completely remove what a win would have done, because a win at Auburn would have been huge later in the season in trying to get a 1 seed. If you want to talk about SEC standings and all that to try to win a championship, there's just so many ways that winning that game on Saturday would have been huge.
Huge.
But I also think about later in the season when they're playing neutral site games to advance in the NCAA tournament, and what it will mean to have played in that game at Auburn and played the way they did, the game at Illinois where Tennessee did pull it off. Mm-hmm. They got the win at the end. So you're 1-1 in those two games where really tough environments that come down to a shot here or a shot there on either side to get the win. And the results are fine for Tennessee, I think, in what they're trying to be from a seeding standpoint in the NCAA tournament. The experience in those games in front of those crowds and Tennessee having to respond in those situations, to me, is what you're trying to build on, as much as whether Zakai's shot went in or not, whether Jordan Gainey's shot went in or not. One did, one didn't. It's about what they were able to get done in terms of execution and handling that environment. I think they handled it well.
Yeah, Jordan Gainey, man, flu-like symptoms going into the game, and he gave it his all, played as hard as he could, did as much as he could, and so. I mean, again, I'm proud of how he played. I was a little surprised in how ineffective D-Stone was. I mean, I thought this was a game that was made for him to go out there in a small environment, but hostile environment, and play well like he did versus Duke before he got here to Tennessee. And he just didn't look uncomfortable. I mean, he just didn't look comfortable and looked very uncomfortable. And Rick pulled him and just didn't put it back in the game. And so I hated that.
Yeah, it was a 7-man game for Tennessee.
Yeah, it really was, man. And that's tough, man. That is tough to play in that environment and have that type of intensity where you have to use that much more energy and only have a 7-man rotation. That's tough, man. But our guys fought. They really did.
Having everybody be able to step up in whatever their role is, that has been part of the conversation, will still be as we move along in the conversation during the regular season and for sure the postseason. Zakai Ziegler, after the game, talked about what he believes Tennessee is capable of with everybody coming together.
I don't feel like we've had a game this year that every single person played to their best ability yet. And whenever that happens and whenever we all click like that, it's going to be scary for the whole country.
Zakai Ziegler, after the game on Saturday, he said whenever it happens. Not if we can put it together, if we can make it happen. He said whenever it does. It's going to be scary for the rest of the country.
Damn, man, I love me some Zakai.
How can you not?
The smallest dude on the court.
Mm-hmm.
The play, like the biggest. It was, between him and Broom. Yeah, he's a special dude, man. We got to get that 5th year for him. But, yeah, he's right. He's right. And it's hard to have everybody play their best at the same time in one game, but you need more than just one player, because that's what it was for Tennessee, it seemed like, against Auburn. Igor didn't have his best. Shooting the basketball, he still continues to struggle. Chaz is still continuing to adjust to the physicality. They roughing him up, and it's really affected him. Gainey was under the weather. Parr was man, there was one block he had that I text Slay. I was like, oh my gosh. Like the quickness off the ground. Like he jumped and Broom shot fake and went up, and Park came down so quick and got back up to block it. It was unbelievable. But Parr was pretty good at altering shots and blocking shots. He's just not big enough to withstand Broom backing him down. So that was difficult. So you just didn't have enough guys playing as well as they needed to play for the team to win. But Zakai's right. I mean, you just need more guys.
Yep, that's also the kind of game where it's going to be difficult for everybody to be at their best because the other team has something to do with that and vice versa.
Yeah.
But, again, you step away from the road environment into a neutral court where it is more even.
Yep.
If you can get more out of each guy, because even Zakai's going to come out of there saying, well, I didn't hit enough shots.
Yep.
He didn't hit a three. So there are areas he could have been better, but he had 14 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. The 5 assists, not a huge number. They only made 17 shots in the game. Tennessee was 17 of 54. Auburn was 18 of 58.
Yeah.
They each shot
I'm
31% from the field.
I mean, I'm encouraged. So that's weird that you can be like encouraged after an L, but I'm encouraged.
Yeah, now they just have to respond.
They have to respond.
That's why the turnaround in Kentucky and Florida is so important.
Yeah. Yeah, big game tomorrow for Tennessee. And just, one of my keys to winning versus Kentucky is I know you want to get out of this offensive slump, but you still have to be patient, take care of the basketball, find the right shot. Kentucky struggles at playing defense, and if you just run the offense, take care of the basketball, cut hard, screen hard, make Kentucky play defense for the length of the shot clock, you're going to find the right shot for you. One's going to be open. You got to make it when the opportunity comes.
The Lady Vols have a big opportunity tonight. Speaking of looking to bounce back, Tennessee had a shot against Texas, fell short last week. Tennessee gets ready for South Carolina tonight, 7 o'clock tip-off at the Food City Center. The next person that calls 656 wins will win a pair of tickets and a parking pass to tonight's game. 656 wins. Want to make sure you're able to go, of course, to the game. We'll get you those tickets electronically. 656 wins. First person that calls win a pair of tickets and a parking pass for tonight's huge game between the Lady Vols and South Carolina. We'll continue the conversation. We'll talk more football, Tennessee football, the offseason as it moves forward. We do so as well here on Josh and Swain. 865-656-9900 to call or text us right here on both 99.1 The Sports Animal and AM 640 The Sports Monster.
Johnson, I've been hearing about this internet thing. Anything to it?
Yeah, boss. We had Cumulus Digital design and run our website.
Will an internet help our sales?
Already has. Plus, Cumulus Digital helps us rank high on search engines.
Whoa, one thing at a time, Johnson.
CumulusDigital.com.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on The Sports Animal.
The Super Bowl matchup is set after the Eagles defeated the Commanders 55-23 on Sunday in the NFC Championship game. Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley each ran for 3 touchdowns to send the Eagles to their 3rd Super Bowl appearance since 2017. The Chiefs defeated the Bills 32-29 in the AFC Championship game. The Chiefs are looking to become the first team in NFL history to win 3 consecutive Super Bowls. This is also a rematch of the Chiefs' recent title 2 years ago when Kansas City defeated Philadelphia in Super Bowl 57. Kickoff for the Super Bowl is set for 6:30 on Sunday, February 9th. The Lady Vols are at home tonight to take on number 2 South Carolina in an SEC showdown. The Gamecocks are undefeated in conference play and 19-1 on the season. Tennessee is 15-4 and 3-4 in SEC action. Tip-off tonight is at 7 o'clock. Coverage begins at 6:30 right here on The Sports Animal. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Ted Russell Ford now closing out the month of January. It's a great time to shop with a month into 2024 and 2025 vehicles coming in. They still have brand new 2024 Ford F-150 trucks, SUVs that you can take advantage of with big savings and low interest rates that are available. You can save right now, and if you're looking for a truck, the many different combinations they have with the Ford F-150 lineup, Ranger, the Maverick, Super Duty trucks that they have for you right now, plus the Ford F-150 Lightning. If you're looking for an electric vehicle, check out the different options they have. They are the Model E Elite dealer at Ted Russell Ford with 2 locations, Parkside Drive and Kingston Pike. That allows them to support more inventory, creating more opportunities for you. So you can shop on Parkside Drive or on Kingston Pike. You can start out on the website, see all the inventory they have, the vehicles that are available, and the specials they have right now. You can shop at tedrussellford.net.
This has been a paid announcement.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Attention! Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-898-8833. 800-898-8833. Again, that's 800-898-8833.
Join 99.1 The Sports Animal with Tyler and Will on Wednesday 3 to 7 as they broadcast live from the Bed Store on Kingston Pike. The Bed Store has 7 convenient area locations with brands like Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Sealy. Shop mattresses, accessories, and get free delivery.
Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialist. For 20 years, Native Design has transformed outdoor spaces into breathtaking retreats where families gather, friends connect, and memories are made. Picture the pool of your dreams, a place to relax, entertain, and make any season unforgettable. Paired with excellent, durable hardscapes like custom decking and stonework, Native Design turns ordinary yards into exceptional escapes. Call 865-310-3256 or visit nativetn.com.
Honey, we need a new roof.
Go to moshingles.com and get a quote in 60 seconds.
Are they any good?
Yeah, they're a top-rated roofing company in East Tennessee and A+ rated with the BBB.
Free instant quotes at moshingles.com. Does the winter cold have you wishing for sunshine? It's time to trade in that snow for sand. Starting February 14th, Allegiant Air will begin their direct flight back to Sarasota, Florida from McGee Tyson Airport. Escape the winter blues today and enjoy everything Sarasota has to offer. For more information on flight schedule and tickets, visit flyknoxville.com. Do you have stuff that you need gone? Then give a buzz to Junk Be Gone. Locally owned and operated for the past 20 years, Junk Be Gone continues to be the #1 junk removal and driveway dumpster rental company in East Tennessee. To celebrate, rent a driveway dumpster in January and enjoy 2 days free. Junk Be Gone also offers full-service junk removal and demolition service. Give us a buzz at 865-675-5865 or junkbegone.biz.
When there's stuff that you want gone, give a buzz to Junk Be Gone.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. It matters who does your taxes. Jackson Hewitt makes taxes feel like a yacht rock song. Get your max tax refund guaranteed, and new customers get $100 to switch. Don't miss the boat. Book an appointment with experts today. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
We'll slowly see rain pushing out as we head through your Monday afternoon. Clouds still sticking in place, and that'll keep temperatures in check. Very seasonal this time of year as we're back into the mid-40s, but some late-day sunshine will eventually lead to some clearing overnight and a much colder start as we're heading into Tuesday morning. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jacob Durham.
At Ingalls, we know the ever-present struggle of what am I going to make for dinner this week? That's why we started the Ingalls Table. It's all waiting for you at Ingalls-Markets.com. Ingalls. Low prices. Love the savings.
All facts, no fluff. Honest, credible sports information from two guys that know the facts. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Next to VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain. I'm Josh Ward. 865-656-9900 is how you can be a part of the show. We'll talk more hoops as the afternoon goes along. Tennessee coming up short against Auburn on Saturday, but a big week ahead. We'll have poll updates for you as well as the afternoon moves along. 865-656-9900 if you would like to join us. Another poll coming out, Swain. We have your new favorite baseball poll, at least preseason. Tennessee is number 3 according to Baseball America. That is the highest preseason ranking for Tony Vitello's team to this point.
Yeah, we were lower last year and won a championship, so we'll take 3. Who's number 1? Texas A&M?
Texas A&M is number 1. LSU is number 2. Arkansas is 4th, and Virginia is 5th. So 4 SEC teams in the top 5, which is pretty standard. D1 baseball had Virginia higher at number 2, but Texas A&M, Virginia, LSU, Tennessee, Arkansas. Same top 5, just slightly different order. So number 4 by D1 baseball, number 3 by Baseball America.
Let's get it on.
I think 2 weeks from Friday, we're looking at the opener.
Come on, Blue. Make sure John is ready.
Wilkerson?
Yeah.
John Wilkerson's one of those stay ready types.
Yeah, he's ready. He's ready. He's always ready.
As a Broncos fan, he had a somewhat disparaging remark about the Raiders in the hallway, but we're going to let that one slide because I think so highly of him as a person otherwise.
Well, he's supposed to. You guys are a rival.
Good for the Chiefs. They better get their winning in because time's about to run out.
Are you rooting for the Chiefs?
AFC West pride?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
Josh, that's your AFC West brother.
It is. Makes us look better, right?
Disappointed in you.
Yep. Yeah, I have a lot of family on my wife's side that are big Eagles fans, so pulling for Philly.
Oh, you can't do that. No. No.
I can't do that?
No,
What's the problem?
No, man.
That's not how it works?
No. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. No.
Chandler down the hallway, big Eagles fan. He was in the house yesterday.
Your team lost. You can't root for a team, Josh. You root for the Raiders.
Okay.
That's what you do. Your wife can root for the Eagles. You root for the Raiders.
Okay. Richard in the YouTube chat. We're on YouTube today, 99.1 The Sports Animal. Stop by, subscribe. Can't believe that Taylor Swift is going back to the Super Bowl. She obviously had something to do with it because they showed her more than they did the game.
What's crazy, they show her less than they did last year, but it's still too much.
Well, Travis was not as big of a factor yesterday in the game, too. Because if Travis makes a play, you're going to see Taylor. But, hey, they don't lose with Taylor in the house.
Yeah, that's why. Whatever Jalen Hurts took between last week's game where his knee twisted behind his body like a pretzel, between that and him playing the game and running for a 35, 40-yard touchdown, had 3 rushing touchdowns, was great from the pocket, I need to take what he's taking. Because my prediction was based on what I saw. I was like, there's no way he's going to be able to run and be mobile. It was like he never got hurt.
He took the good stuff.
The great stuff. There's no way this stuff is available on the market. There's no way. I need some of that stuff.
So Chiefs-Eagles, we get it again in the Super Bowl a week from Sunday in New Orleans. 865-656-9900. We'll have some time to decide who to take in that game. We get the 2-week build-up. Swain, you can take Carnell Tate off the board for Tennessee and others because other schools were linked to him. If he had entered the transfer portal, there was no guarantee he was going to transfer to Tennessee. The heavy hitters were linked to him, at least online, but reports came out Friday night after Pete Nacos earlier in the day had said, yeah, there's a $1 million plus offer on the table if he were to enter the portal. Pete Nacos on On3 that night reported he's not going to be doing so. Carnell Tate will stay at Ohio State.
I don't know if Tennessee was a team that offered Carnell Tate, but it sure feels like a Mike Gundy situation. That's what it feels like. And Carnell Tate did this to us once already, where it had everybody thinking that he wasn't really was really going to Tennessee, made Ohio State kind of bump up their offer and then he picked Ohio State. Like, got us all excited about the possibility of getting him, and then picked Ohio State. I don't know if Tennessee was that team, but it sure feels like we got Mike Gundy a little bit.
If that's the case, is that not smart by Carnell Tate and his representation?
It's brilliant. I would have done the same thing. Yeah, absolutely. That's what you're supposed to do. I told you from the get-go, it would be stupid of him to leave. Like, why would you leave? Get more money, win more games, be developed. You're in the best place. 12-wide receiver. Why would you leave and go anywhere else?
He won't. He's going to stay at Ohio
He's
State.
Smart.
Yep. Yep. So, any hopes of Carnell Tate entering the portal, rethinking things from 2 years ago, and ending up at Tennessee to help the Vols wide receiver rotation should be scratched, it appears. So we'll see if anybody else becomes available here or if Tennessee searches in the spring window to add one more wide receiver, because there still is a tremendous lack of experience and proven depth on Tennessee's team at wide receiver. There's talent. There's a lot of potential, but it's mostly potential. What we're talking about, not – I mean, there's nobody that's proven that he can be a consistent playmaker in the SEC. They'll have to prove that this upcoming fall.
Yeah, nobody proven. What about DB? Still got to look at that position too.
Well,
I
do think that's on the list of problems that need to be addressed. Maybe not as glaring because you have Ricky Gibson coming back and McMurray will have a second year in the system.
No, it's still glaring.
Okay.
It's probably more. It's probably more important than receiver.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. I think it's gonna be harder to get a receiver than to get a DB. I think receivers are more expensive, hard to come by than getting a DB. Just my opinion.
I'm sure you're right on that.
You have bodies. You have guys who are talented. They're just young. DB, I think. Again, I think DB is probably more important than receiver today.
Tell me if I'm wrong here, but this would also be an example of why I would say don't just dismiss a loss of Jordan Matthews. I'm not saying he's an all-SEC performer, but he's your third or fourth corner who does have some talent, right? And would have entered his third year playing in the defense, and now he transfers to Vanderbilt, where I guess he'll probably go there and compete to start. Again, I'm not saying he's
you better start
all-SEC level player. Yeah, I would think so. But that's what you have to make up when he leaves is you lose a little depth.
Yep.
And then if somebody goes down with an injury,
yep,
like Jermod McCoy, now you're looking at the depth chart and it's been thinned out some, and you're asking these questions here in late January. How do we replace that? Doesn't mean that Jordan Matthews is irreplaceable, but he does have to be replaced. And you have to figure out how you're going to do that in addition to waiting to see what Jermod McCoy's status is.
All right, man, forget this. All DBs, do you want to get paid? Do you want to play in the SEC? Do you want to have a chance to start for Tennessee? Then I need you to get into that portal. Put a please do not contact tag on, and I need you to call us, and we'll see if we can work something out. Let's stop beating around the bush, Josh. Stop beating around the bush. Just tell people what you want, what you need.
Well, Igbinosun also announced he's coming back to Ohio State. Let's go check in with him.
Well, coaches, I mean, we see Lane Kiffin out here tweeting articles about recruits and stuff like that. I mean, if you're Josh Heupel, just send out a tweet. Hey, we're looking for a DB.
He'll retweet. He'll get the word out.
Yeah, we're looking for a DB. We'll pay good. Put out like a Craigslist listing for a DB or receiver. I'm telling you, that's going to be the next thing coaches do. They'll just tweet out what they need. Slide in my DMs. I need a receiver.
Yeah, I'm looking through Lane's social media. He's sharing an A to Z Sports article for you. I saw a story the other day. This team needs that. They're going after this guy. Lane Kiffin shared it.
Yeah, I was just saying, man. Let's just go ahead and say what we need. Put it out there.
For any Josh and Swain related content, should we be tagging Lane Kiffin? Get a little lane bump?
Well, I mean, if we talk about Ole Miss, he'll give us a bump. Just put it out there. Tell people what you want.
Lane Kiffin shares the AP News story. Pat Coogan becomes Notre Dame's third offensive lineman to enter the transfer portal.
See?
Lane Kiffin Media.
Whoever's running Heupel's account, just tweet what you need. See what happens. No one's got in trouble for it. Yet. Probably won't get in trouble for it anyways.
Probably not.
But the NCAA, they got Prime. Prime broke some NCAA rules. I didn't know people still could break the rules. Well, apparently they can.
Maybe every once in a while they hand out punishment just as a reminder that there is the possibility you could get in trouble for a rule violation.
I totally forgot people can get in trouble.
Yep. I did kind of as well. We'll come back, 865-656-9900. So Tennessee continues to look for help at a number of positions, as many teams still are. We continue right here on Josh and Swain.
Always on, always free. Stream us free via the app, your smart speaker, your favorite streaming service, or the website at 991thesportsanimal.com. Your odds to win 99.1 The Sports Animal's biggest prizes just got better. We now draw one member of our email club, The Jungle, as an instant finalist in contests with a grand prize value over $500. Club members get links to our latest blogs and videos, plus a layout of Sports Animal programming and the biggest sporting events of the weekend. To make sure you receive our weekly Sports Animal emails, visit our website at 991thesportsanimal.com and sign up for The Jungle Email Club.
This new year, I want to spend more time with my family, get healthier, and make sure my finances are in order. That includes finally securing life insurance. My friend recommended SelectQuote. They've helped more than 2 million people find coverage in the last 40 years. In 15 minutes, a licensed insurance agent found me a $500,000 policy for only $16 a month. And my husband got a $500,000 policy for only $18 a month. Plus, we qualified for same-day life insurance. No medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. With SelectQuote, even if you have a health concern, be it high blood pressure, diabetes, even heart disease, their experienced agents can find you the right life insurance policy at the lowest price. Make life insurance the first resolution you check off your list this year.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-262-1212 to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-262-1212. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-262-1212. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Let's get started. Let's get you that dream kitchen that you are going to love to entertain in, cook in, and just exist in. Hey, it's Heather Harrington. The company to trust in 2025 to help you get there is Kitchen Sales. Trust me, a full-on kitchen renovation, it's an intense process, and that's why trust is so important. You're going to be spending your hard-earned money, and if you're like me, you don't know exactly what you want. Yeah, you've got ideas, but you don't know how to make them happen. The team at Kitchen Sales, that's where they come in. They have a design team that will work with your real budget. They can beat salvage store pricing, or you can go up to the fully custom kitchen of your dreams, and it's all one-stop shopping. You can get every detail of your new kitchen ironed out at one of their 2 great locations. Hoyt Avenue near downtown, or out west near Best Buy in the Town and Country Circle Shopping Center. If your kitchen needs help, you need Kitchen Sales. Get more info online at kitchensales.net.
This has been a paid announcement. Hey folks, Gerald Anderson with Ted Russell Nissan. How about Ted Russell Nissan's lifetime warranty? Not $100,000, nope. Not $200,000, nope. But a lifetime warranty, and that's a long, long time. And for the record, you can maintenance it anywhere you like. Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston Pike.
Now Taxes is using Credit Karma, where TurboTax Expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get your refund, so you can do more with it right in Credit Karma. Now this is taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. See guaranteed details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Sarah, Happy New Year. You look amazing. How are things with you and Mark?
Lisa, I can't thank you enough for telling me about Men's Pro Knoxville. We've totally rediscovered each other. Mark's swagger is back. He's working out, and we're doing more as a family than laying around watching TV.
I told you, they're incredible. My husband and I had the same experience. It's like having that spark all over again, isn't it?
Exactly. It's more than the physical. It's the connection, the energy. It's the best gift we could have given ourselves.
This new year, make the resolution that changes it all. Men's Pro Knoxville brings you proven options for ED and enhancement. Reignite your drive, rebuild your confidence, and show up in the moments that matter most.
Here's to more love and more joy in the year ahead.
Cheers to that.
Book your appointment today at menspronknoxville.com or dial 865-544-8220. That's menspronknoxville.com or dial 865-544-8220. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
Does the winter cold have you wishing for sunshine? It's time to trade in that snow for sand. Starting February 14th, Allegiant Air will begin their direct flight back to Sarasota, Florida from McGee Tyson Airport. Escape the winter blues today and enjoy everything Sarasota has to offer. For more information on flight schedule and tickets, visit flyknoxville.com.
I'm Michael Jenkins, helping you beat the books with BetQL. With no football until the Super Bowl in 2 weeks, the BetQL model is turning its attention to the ice tonight as San Jose hosts Pittsburgh. The Sharks are 14th in the Western Conference in points and 30th overall in the NHL in goals per game, while the Pens are in last place in the Metro Division. Neither team is lighting the lamp consistently, so the BetQL model is on the under between Pittsburgh and San Jose. I'm Michael Jenkins. Bet smarter and beat the books with BetQL, and download the BetMGM app today.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, cause you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things. People. Love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
From the Budweiser Studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Welcome back into Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Michael has the ad ready to go. DB wanted, must bleed orange. How about that, Swain? Swain's ready to put some ads out to get some help for Tennessee's 2025 roster.
I don't need them to bleed orange. I mean, that's the cherry on top. I want you to treat this like you're getting paid to just do a job. Because you are. It's a cherry on top if you actually bleed orange. But you don't have to. Just go out there and do your job and do what you're coached to do. It's great if you could bleed orange and you can tell us that you always was a Tennessee fan and you always grew up being a Tennessee fan. This is a dream playing for Tennessee. But you don't have to be. If it's not, cool. I just want you to get interceptions, defend really good receivers, make tackles in space, not get in trouble. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I've heard Jermon McCoy's had a great experience. I'm guessing he will leave with great feelings toward the University of Tennessee, but he didn't have that coming in, I don't believe.
No.
That's an experience you have.
You grow into it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there are players that like Cedric Tillman is a good example. He didn't have any other offers. Didn't visit Tennessee. Got offered to come to Tennessee and was like, oh, okay, we going to Tennessee. But it wasn't like he grew up going to Tennessee. It wasn't like he went on multiple visits during his recruitment.
Zakai knew nothing about Tennessee before he came here for a visit. Loves Tennessee now.
You kind of fall in love with the place once you get here.
Sure.
I'm cool with that.
Next text says, just tweet out sitting beside a barrel with cash on it.
That's perfect. That's perfect. It's perfect. I'm all for that. But yeah, Tennessee needs DB. You addressed running back. You addressed offensive line. Some would say you probably should go back to the offensive line just to double check, make sure. But receiver, DB, O-line seems to be the three positions that I would continue to monitor.
What percentage of the roster is going to be made up of offensive linemen by the time the season starts out? They have a lot of them.
However much it takes, Josh.
Okay.
I don't have the exact number.
Okay.
Does that sound like a coach right there?
Yeah, sure. Yep. Numbers will work themselves out.
Yep, they work itself out. However much it takes, Josh.
Okay, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Michael, who said DB1 and must bleed orange, is also cool with your idea.
Yeah. Not a requirement.
Yep. Credit to Linda. We'll see if we can get a lot of different options now. One of those AI sites to just come up with the ad before the end of the show. Barrel, cash, come play.
Yep.
That's Linda's ad campaign.
Sad that's where we are right now as college football fans and how we look at college athletics, but it is what it is. It's where we are.
It is. We will move into hour number 2. That's where we'll be when we come back, inviting you to be a part of the show, 865-656-9900. You will hear from Rick Barnes in the next hour. We will talk to Bill Bender from Sporting News covering college football. He put together a composite of the way too early top 25, so we'll talk about where Tennessee is in the way too early top 25s for 2025. And again, invite you to join us along the way at 865-656-9900. That's how you can join us right here on Josh and Swain.
Tyler Ivins from the afternoon show. Let me tell you about my new fence I just got from Tennessee Home. If you came to my house in West Knoxville, I have a beautiful house, but the backyard fence looked like something out of a horror movie. Splits, leaning, skunks, possum, any creature was coming in and out of my backyard. I had to get somebody who was a licensed professional who could come in and give me the privacy that I sorely need. James Anthony checked all the boxes. Give him a ring this afternoon, 865-304-0955, or you can book online. That's at TennesseeHome.us.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Wilson Brothers Plumbing. Great local company. They can help you if you run into a plumbing issue. The team is there to help you if you run into an unexpected problem. If you are planning a project and need a professional to help, Wilson Brothers Plumbing can be there for you. They can help you, especially this time of year during the winter months, still several weeks to go, where the weather can be harsh and can cause problems. If you run into a problem, contact Wilson Brothers Plumbing. Close to 25 years of experience helping people in East Tennessee. It was actually during the springtime, but we dealt with an underground leak issue at my home previously. We had Wilson Brothers Plumbing come to our house, and they did great work for us. Since then, I have recommended Wilson Brothers to friends and family who have needed help. I'll do the same right here. If you need help with any kind of plumbing issue, preventative maintenance, call Wilson Brothers Plumbing at 865-415-1537. Visit the website, wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. That's wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. Wilson Brothers, the proof is in the plumbing.
This has been a paid announcement.
Wow, these bank fees are flat out ridiculous. And forget about trying to get a car or home loan. So, you do your banking with, Sharon?
Me? I don't.
You don't use a bank?
No.
So what do you like, save your money under a mattress? Bury it in the backyard? Or maybe you borrow from some rich relative when you need a loan?
No, nothing like that. I do credit unioning.
Wait, what? Credit unioning? What the heck's that?
It's kind of like banking, but so much better. Especially if you use Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union.
Need a home loan to buy, build, or remodel the home of your dreams, but not sure what loan option is right for you? Alcoa 10 can help. Their lending team can assist you in finding the solution that best fits your needs. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, the clear choice. Your less red tape banking alternative. Go to atfcu.com for details. Member NCUA, an equal housing lender.
Honey, we need a new roof.
Go to moshingles.com and get a quote in 60 seconds.
Are they any good?
Yeah, they're a top-rated roofing company in East Tennessee and A+ rated with the BBB.
Free instant quotes at moshingles.com.
Join 99.1 The Sports Animal this Sunday morning at 10 a.m. for the NFL Report. John Wilkerson and a rotating group of the Sports Animal staff discuss the games, players, trades, and injuries that make the NFL the most popular pro sport in the country. For over 20 years, the NFL Report is the place to start your pro football Sunday. This week, join the NFL Report live at Blue Moose 334 Fountain View Circle in Alcoa.
Do you have an anniversary or your wife's birthday approaching? Are you going to buy her a gift? I want you to stop and imagine how she'll react when she opens your gift. But before you buy anything, I want you to stop by TK Wheeler Jewelers and imagine how she'll react to your gift when it's diamonds from TK Wheeler Jewelers. Which reaction are you looking for? It'll be the best gift you've ever imagined. One woman, one diamond, one place to go. TK Wheeler Jewelers in Oak Ridge, next to Outback.
Join 99.1 The Sports Animal with Tyler and Will on Wednesday 3 to 7 as they broadcast live from the Bed Store on Kingston Pike. The Bed Store has 7 convenient area locations with brands like Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Sealy. Shop mattresses, accessories, and get free delivery.
This is WNML-FM Friendsville, WNML-AM Knoxville, Cumulus Media Stations, broadcasting worldwide from the Budweiser Studios. We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Maggie Gray with a Sports Minute. The Washington Commanders were blown out in the NFC Championship game, and while it's a disappointing ending, the amount of progress the franchise made in 1 year is remarkable. They clearly have their franchise quarterback in Jaden Daniels, a culture builder in Dan Quinn, and a front office and owner that has calmed the organizational dysfunction. This isn't the last we've heard from Washington. I'm Maggie Gray.
Milo's Rewards Week is coming, and it's kind of a big deal. Members, get ready for 7 days of up to 40% off store-wide on hundreds of items. Save on the top brands in bath, tools, paint, and more. Our biggest member deals are on January 30th through February 5th. So if you're not a loyalty member, now's the time to join for free. Lowe's knows home improvement. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Shopping for a mortgage? Don't sign a thing till you call for a free quote from Fountain City Finance. 687-8200.
Welcome into hour number 2 of Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us today. You can join us, call or text at 865-656-9900. Bill Bender of Sporting News will join us at 2:30. We'll talk some college football with him, look ahead to 2025 after the regular season and then postseason wrapped up a week ago. Ohio State winning the national championship against Notre Dame. It is a 12-month out-of-the-year sport, essentially at this point. Swain, 4 years ago today, Tennessee introduced Josh Heupel as its head coach. A lot has changed since January 27th, 2021, when Heupel was hired away from UCF. Remember the mood on campus around Knoxville 4 years ago today? Not necessarily with the hire itself, but just with where things were. Wasn't the most upbeat time, if I recall.
No, because what happened with Pruitt and all that went on, but I remember Josh Heupel's hire, and I remember looking at his resume, and then looking at the resume of other coaches that we have hired since Johnny Majors, and I was like, Heupel has the best resume of any head coach we've hired since Johnny Majors. So for those that were looking to hire a big name, I was like, guys, this guy has put together top offenses, experience in the SEC where he did a pretty good job as offense coordinator. He's a quarterback guy, and something that we've missed out on badly over the last couple of years before Heupel was getting the right quarterback in here. So I thought it was a good hire when you just looked at the resume. So
Tennessee shared a few notes of what has been accomplished during the Josh Heupel era at Tennessee. So in the last 4 seasons, what Tennessee has been able to do, they have 3, really these are in the last 3 years, they have 3 top 25 finishes. Only 4 SEC teams have done that the last 3 years, top 25 each season. They have 2 top 10 finishes. Heupel has 2 double-digit win regular seasons. He's the 3rd coach in UT history to achieve that feat. Again, since the start of the 2022 season, so his 2nd season in Knoxville, Tennessee has 10 wins, ranked 10 wins over ranked teams. That's 4th among active FBS coaches. Of course, they just went to the college football playoff. You know the result of the game, but went to the playoff. Only 3 SEC teams did that. Tennessee has been in the conversation among the top 10 or so programs in college football the last 3 years. Tennessee was nowhere near that conversation 4 years ago today.
No, 100%, man. It's better. That's one thing we can say about the last 4 years versus the previous 4 years, that it is better. And for all the competitors over on the Hill and a lot of the fans, you want to say the same thing in the next 4 years about it being better and taking that next step. But a really good 4-year stretch for Tennessee. It's more attractive. Recruits want to come here more than they did before. You're playing in bigger games. You're on TV more, playing in primetime time slots more in the last 4 years than you have in the previous 4. So, man, you're on the right track for sure.
Yeah, one of the complaints this past season was
too many
night games.
Yeah, one of the complaints from you. I didn't hear a lot of complaints from everybody else.
Oh, I've got text messages from a lot of people that are in your age demographic.
I thought being a man and being 40 was cool.
What gave you that idea?
It don't feel cool.
So it's been a really good 4-year run. Of course, the conversation, really anywhere, but I would say especially in college football, is, okay, what do you do next? What happens next? And even Josh Heupel is trying to figure out, okay, what do we do next? How do we get to an even higher level? Because just getting to the playoff and losing in the first round is not the ultimate goal. It's to do more than that. So both can happen. Celebrating what has happened the previous 4 years and discussing what will happen next to remain in that kind of position and have more success moving forward. Of course, when you share this on social media, you get some responses of, yeah, well, he hasn't won an SEC title yet. That's true.
Who cares? At this point, who cares about an SEC title? Let's try to win a game or 2 in the college football playoff. Like, that's what matters more than the SEC title. If we didn't have a 12-team playoff or playoff, it would matter probably more about winning an SEC title. But it don't matter right now. It's about getting as far as you possibly can in a college football playoff. If you are Tennessee, you're not going to have the money that Ohio State, Texas, you're not going to have those resources. But if you can do what Clemson did, what Dabo took over, he went 9-5 his first season, 6-7 the second season, 10-4 the third season, 11-2 and 11-2, 10-3. And then in the 7th season is where they went 14-1. Then after that, they went 14-1, 12-2, 15-0, won national championship. So you're trying to do what Clemson did. Like, all right, Dabo took over 09, and he had the 2010 season. But then those next 4 seasons, they go 10-4, 11-2, 11-2, 10-3. Kind of where we are. All right, what's the next step? What's the next level? Well, the next level for Clemson, 2015, 14-1, 2016, 14-1, 2017, 12-2, 2018, national champion, 15-0. So the next 4 seasons, you're trying to do what Clemson did.
Is that doable?
Yeah, Clemson did it.
If Clemson can, why can't Tennessee?
Yeah, that's how I think about it. I mean, Notre Dame going to the national championship game, Clemson winning the national championship when they did, I think it's good for programs like Tennessee because if it's all about whoever has the most money is going to win, then we're SOL, man. We really are. Stuff out of luck, right?
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what I think it means.
It's my understanding.
But if it's just about money, you're not going to be more lucrative or more valuable than Ohio State and Texas. But Clemson put the right people in place, right players with the right coaches, had the right evaluation, right development, right execution at the right time, and they were able to win a championship and beat Alabama, who was doing what they were doing, which we all know what they were doing. So the goal is to beat Clemson over the next 4 years.
Brandon texted in and said Jason Swain is preaching right now. It's all about the playoffs.
Okay, who won the SEC championship this year?
Georgia.
Is anyone talking about it? Did Georgia put up a graphic after the season going, hey, check us out, SEC champions? No, I haven't seen one. They're past that. It's about national championships. It would be nice. Don't get me wrong.
So is that where we are? Conference championships, you can no longer brag about it.
I didn't say that. You can, but you don't have to win a conference championship to win a national championship and make
That's
a
for
push.
sure, yeah.
And make a push in the college football playoff.
Right. The top 4 seeds all lost, right, in the playoff? Georgia included lost to Notre Dame in their first game. Now, I recognize how that was done, but those are still the conference champs. Arizona State losing. Clemson was a first-round game, but Oregon lost to Ohio State. I know which team is celebrating more, Ohio State or Oregon. But can Oregon not celebrate its Big Ten championship? They can't be proud of that?
They can, but do you think they are? You really think Dan Lanning is out here Butch Jonesing? You think that's what he's doing?
I doubt that he is.
All right. You think they're having a parade?
I didn't call for a parade.
Well, you call for a celebration.
A celebration, yeah.
Okay, it's only one way to celebrate.
No, you
got to have people together.
You put it up in the stadium, right?
You can do that.
Yeah.
You can do that. You put like a banner, but you don't have to have you don't have to stop the earth from spinning to put that banner up.
I'm not even saying you're wrong. I'm asking, is that where we are? Brandon immediately said, yeah, that's right. It's all about all about the playoffs.
If Tennessee won a SC championship, you can put it somewhere. You can put it in the media guide. You can reference it when you need to. But it doesn't hit like it used to. Getting to the college football playoff. Now, if it helps you get a home game, awesome. But if you're good, you're good. It don't matter. You can if Ohio State would have played us here, you think the result would have been different in terms of win or loss?
The result of the game?
Yeah, the result.
No.
The score might have been a little bit different, but they would have beaten us. And they would have still won the championship because they were a better team. And they didn't win the conference.
No, they did not.
So for me, it's about playing the best at the right time and being the best at the end of the season, not conference champion. You rather be Oregon, you rather be Ohio State.
There's no debate there. You'd rather be Ohio State.
So that's where I am, man.
Can I ask you a question?
I mean, if you really want to, you feel like you have to. I prefer you not, but go ahead.
Is this what we want college football to be? Have you ever heard that before? Has anybody ever brought that up?
No. This is the first time hearing that.
Okay. I like to ask original questions.
Thank you. Yeah. No, this is we don't want college football to be what it is right now, but it is. So you just have to live with it and try to win with the rules that we have in place.
Tennessee has won a lot in the last 4 years. 4 years ago today, Josh Heupel hired as Tennessee's head football coach. Moving forward, Tennessee will look to win even more. We'll come back 865-656-9900 as we discuss how Tennessee can do that. We'll talk more Tennessee basketball as the Vols have a chance to win a lot more games, starting this week with Kentucky and Florida coming to Knoxville. We'll come back and continue to invite you to join us along the way. Call or text at 865-656-9900 to be a part of Josh and Swain.
Free on the radio, free on the app, free on our website. You can hear 99.1 The Sports Animal free anytime, anywhere.
Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialist. For 20 years, Native Design has transformed outdoor spaces into breathtaking retreats where families gather, friends connect, and memories are made. Picture the pool of your dreams, a place to relax, entertain, and make any season unforgettable. Paired with excellent, durable hardscapes like custom decking and stonework, Native Design turns ordinary yards into exceptional escapes. Call 865-310-3256 or visit nativetn.com.
Sarah, Happy New Year. You look amazing. How are things with you and Mark?
Lisa, I can't thank you enough for telling me about Men's Pro Knoxville. We've totally rediscovered each other. Mark's swagger is back. He's working out, and we're doing more as a family than laying around watching TV.
I told you, they're incredible. My husband and I had the same experience. It's like having that spark all over again, isn't it?
Exactly. It's more than the physical. It's the connection, the energy. It's the best gift we could have given ourselves.
This new year, make the resolution that changes it all. Men's Pro Knoxville brings you proven options for ED and enhancement. Reignite your drive, rebuild your confidence, and show up in the moments that matter most.
Here's to more love and more joy in the year ahead.
Cheers to that.
Book your appointment today at menspronknoxville.com or dial 865-544-8220. That's menspronknoxville.com or dial 865-544-8220. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
Casey's has 8 new coffee roasts that have been described as having rich aromatics that entice any palate. But, we're not sure what that means, so we just call it darn good coffee. It's not crazy. It's Casey's. Get a free any-size coffee with Casey's Rewards. See Casey's Rewards for details.
At Chafee, we believe your home or business should be a place where comfort and reliability come together seamlessly. With our comprehensive HVAC, plumbing, and electrical services, we ensure your systems work flawlessly, giving you peace of mind and exceptional comfort. Chafee Air and Plumbing is an independent American Standard heating and air conditioning customer care dealer, and they are ready to assist you. Trust in our innovative designs that are engineered for comfort. Call 865-381-4414 or visit coolingheatingplumbing.com.
Now Taxes is using Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get your refund so you can do more with it right in Credit Karma. Now this is taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. See guaranteed details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
I remember when I was a little boy and every day we had fresh milk delivered by our friend Fred. You see, Fred was our milkman, and he always had a smile on his face. He went about his business with joy, and he served his customers well. He would deliver our milk ice cold in those glass bottles and right to our doorstep. It seems like that good old-fashioned, joyful service is a thing of the past these days. Well, not here at the Bed Store. We believe that when you choose to buy your mattress from us, that we should make your entire experience a great one. When we deliver your bed, we literally roll out a red carpet to make sure that we show your home the utmost respect, and we put little mints on your new pillows. We go over, above, and beyond because you deserve that kind of old-fashioned tuck-you-in service. Right now at the Bed Store, you can get well tucked into any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get up to $300 in free sleep accessories, and we'll deliver that Tempur-Pedic locally for free. Come see us at any one of our 8 convenient area locations today, or shop with us at bedstore.com. The Bed Store. Well, we'll even tuck you in.
Warm weather's here, and it's time to get outside and enjoy the privacy and the comforts of your own backyard, but you don't have a privacy fence. Or perhaps you need to upgrade your fence, as I just recently did with Tennessee Home. When contacting Tennessee Home, you're looking for somebody who is a licensed contractor who has one of the most experienced teams that East Tennessee has to offer. Over 100 yards for me and the new pup, Howie, and I've been satisfied since the final post went in the ground. 865-304-0955. That's 865-304-0955. We're online at TennesseeHome.us.
Welcome back into Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. We'll have an AP poll update for you with where Tennessee ranks coming up in just a moment. The polls have been updated after this past week's basketball action. Tennessee winning at home against Mississippi State impressively, losing a close one at Auburn on Saturday. 865-656-9900. Richard in the YouTube chat messaged us, I ran into a lamppost earlier today. Don't worry, though. I only sustained light injuries.
That's a cute one. That's cute. Don't you think, Josh?
I thought that was impressive.
It was good.
Tracy texted us and said, recruit offensive linemen and get wide receivers that can get off the line and make plays. That's a big step to getting to the next level. Tennessee has added 2 offensive linemen through the transfer portal. Wendell Moy from Arizona, and then they went out and got Sam Pendleton from Notre Dame at the end of last week. So 2 guys that project to play on the interior. At guard, most likely, Pendleton could be an option at center as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret. You know, most people that sit in front of a TV with eyeballs saw what need to be upgraded with Tennessee offense. So it's no secret in saying it. I mean, just everyone saw it. So doesn't matter if you played the game, if you didn't play the game, if you are a football expert, if you're not a football expert. It's pretty easy to tell that Tennessee needs more offensive line help and need more playmakers on the outside. It's not a secret. So we don't have to act like it is.
I think people recognize, but let's also not forget Dylan Sampson has to be replaced in the offensive backfield.
Very tough.
He's the SEC Offensive Player of the Year.
You know, I think as humans, we try to downplay the importance of replacing a really good player. Like, I've seen it. I remember when Derek Barnett left, and folks were like, man, we'll be all right. We'll be okay. Yeah, you'll be okay, but you're not going to just replace Derek Barnett. Like, guys like that come around once every so often. And so the same thing with Dylan Sampson. I mean, it took 95 years for someone to break the record that he just broke. So you hope you don't fall off a cliff badly, but you're going to take a step back. You're losing Dylan Sampson. He was phenomenal. He's SEC MVP offensively. So you hope that instead of just relying on Dylan Sampson, that you have more of a running back by committee and you have more guys that can add to the pot rather than just relying on Dylan Sampson.
But Tracy's formula is right. Wide receivers that can make more plays for you, and offensive linemen that can protect and run block, because you have to replace some key guys in that department as well.
Yeah, it's not like Tracy hasn't watched other football games outside Tennessee.
Right.
I'm pretty sure Tracy watched the national championship game and go, oh, yeah, that's what you want. You want protection for your quarterback to deliver the football, and you want guys on the outside making plays.
Major credit to Ohio State's offensive line. Boy, did they step up.
They did.
In the postseason.
They did.
With guys that were out.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a big part of the formula for sure. 865-656-9900 to be a part of the show. Swain, Tennessee has dropped 2 spots in the Associated Press top 25. Auburn remains number 1. No surprise there. Duke, Iowa State, Alabama, and Florida make up the top 5. Houston and Michigan State are in front of Tennessee. But how about that Houston?
Houston deserved
game against Kansas.
Yeah, Houston deserved it. It was down, 4? A couple.
They were down 6 with 17, 18 seconds left.
Yeah.
2 missed free throws by Kansas. Houston comes down and hits a 3. Inbounds play from Kansas goes awry. Houston steals it. Quick pass. 3 is good. And then in some extra periods, Houston was able to get the win. So
yeah, they deserve to be ahead of us.
Tennessee drops to number 8 in the Associated Press poll. The Vols do not move in the net ranking, just as they didn't last week after losing to Vanderbilt. So Tennessee remains number 4 in the NCAA net rankings behind Auburn, Duke, and Houston. The net rankings have Houston at number 3. Tennessee is one spot ahead of Florida, then Iowa State, Alabama, Kansas, Purdue, Illinois. So Tennessee, number 4, just as it was a week ago and has been the last couple of weeks in the NCAA net rankings.
Have you ever seen Rick Barnes throw his water bottle like that?
That was something. I don't recall seeing it.
I don't think I've ever seen Rick Barnes do that.
No, he didn't go Penny Hardaway and launch it like it's a football down the field.
Oh, man.
He didn't have somebody running a go-route. He slammed it down. But that was after the non-foul call against Broome that ended up being a walk travel by Parr.
I'm surprised he didn't get a tech for that one.
Maybe the fact that it was so close and went to the side somewhat helped.
Remember Jason Kidd?
Yes.
They pretend like he spilled his water so he can get extra timeout. Maybe that's what Bruce did. He needed extra timeout, but no, he should have been very upset. That was one of the worst calls for sure. It put Tennessee in a bad spot.
During the television broadcast, Jay Billis was bothered by the no call or missed call because there was a call that ended up happening. It just went against Tennessee.
Yeah, Jay Billis was right. That was cool to have Jay Billis on our side for that one.
That feel good?
It did feel good. You know, he's vouching for us, taking up for us. Because, I mean, he was right. It was clear as day. Clear as day. I mean, you can't miss that call in that moment. You can't. But they did. And they missed the traveling call on Broome at the end. Was he hopscotching with the ball? I mean, it's clearly a travel. When he got the ball and threw it to the other side of the court, if you call travel there like you should have, Tennessee gets the ball right there side out with another opportunity to make a 3 to win. They blew 2 big calls in the same spot. Maybe it's a blind spot and the referee can't see people in that area. Something.
Maybe that's it.
But they missed 2 calls.
I'm surprised we came out of the AFC title game with some controversial officiating. I didn't anticipate that. The fourth down, I mean, there are several plays that are being discussed. The one most often, Josh Allen, did he pick up the first down? Did he not? I think he did.
I mean, I thought he did too.
No, I don't think it's 100% you can prove that he did, as many want it to be. I do believe that he got the first down. I do still offer confusion, the lack of chip usage to be able to figure it out versus having humans try to decide something that they physically can't see. But that's where we are coming out of that one. I'm also not going to sit here and say the Chiefs won because of the officials. They're not.
No,
they're not going to another Super Bowl because of the officials.
Yeah, I want to remind the Bills that you are not the Eagles, and that's not Jalen Hurts. Even though I know Josh Allen's a big dude, he's not squatting 600 like Jalen Hurts. He doesn't have the same offensive line as the Eagles. The Eagles can line up and run the tush push all day long and pick up the yardage. And hey, there was one time when the Eagles didn't get it.
That's right. And
so I was wondering why they kept running over and over and over. I mean, you still got it's Chris Jones over there
on the Chiefs side,
one of the best defensive tackles in the league. So how many times do you think you're going to be able to run it and be successful? Is my question.
Well, I guess they were trying to get to the number.
I guess so.
They were trying to find out.
They didn't.
I thought there should have been more James Cook in the game as well, especially late.
Especially after the fumble. Like he fumbled, you and leave him out there? And James Cook is the one who got you a touchdown on 4th down and 1?
What a play that was.
When he went airborne?
Yep. Fighting to get in. It was a great football game. Josh Allen continues to seek that victory. The sight of him on the sideline, that's what they do. They're going to go to the quarterback who's on the losing end. We saw it with Lamar Jackson the week before. I feel for those guys in that spot because Allen he keeps getting back there, and it's not him that's coming up short. His team is coming up short, but the coverage, the attention will be on him. I recognize the glory goes to the quarterback too.
Yep.
But that is a tough spot because he's great.
He is great.
You only get so many opportunities. You're never guaranteed to be back there again.
You know, it took Peyton a couple times to beat Tom Brady. And then when he did, he won a Super Bowl. So maybe that happens for Josh Allen in the near future.
Allen is now 0-4 against Mahomes in the postseason.
I wonder what Peyton Manning's record versus Tom Brady was before he finally beat him, went to the Super Bowl, and beat the Bears.
Yeah, it wasn't great in that 06 win.
Mm-hmm.
Peyton found more success after that. The Broncos win against the Patriots on the way to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, we had to look
Douglas. Broom swept us right off the court. Credit where it's due. Douglas and Seymour.
I'm more upset that Broom was able to play the way he played his first game back without being challenged, without challenging his mobility, more than the actual result of the game, like losing the game. It's how he lost. Like, come on, man. You going to let Broom just do what he wants to do? I mean, I know he's a good player, but
no, I thought there were opportunities to try to take advantage. Zakai had an ISO one-on-one against him, didn't get the bucket at the basket, but was able to go by him. But, yeah, more pick and roll, more times where you've got to get him to have to turn and find his position and get there quickly. There probably were more chances to take advantage of that.
Like in football, man, when you know a player's hurt, you go after that injury. You go after it. If a DB got twisted up after a play, he's limping, next play you throw at him. You challenge his mobility. I don't know how many times we did it in that basketball game. Obviously, we didn't do it enough.
So Tennessee drops 2 spots in the Associated Press poll. The Vols remain the same in the net rankings at number 4. And a KenPom update for you, what the analytics say there. Tennessee remains number 6. So number 4 by the NCAA net rankings, number 6 at KenPom, number 8 by the negative media. That's what they are. The Associated Press poll coming out earlier this hour. We'll come back 90 minutes to go, 865-656-9900 if you'd like to be a part of the show. 865-656-9900. KenPom, by the way, has Duke at number 1, Auburn number 2.
Well, I will honor KenPom. Duke is number 1 team in our eyes.
The AP and the net.
No, I'm just kidding. It's Auburn.
Have Auburn number 1.
Auburn's the best team in the country.
They're both really good. Duke's win against Auburn is Auburn's only loss. That was also at Cameron Indoor. Duke had an impressive win against Wake Forest. They're both really good teams. And Tennessee proved it belongs in the same category, I think, with how this game went this past Saturday. We'll continue the conversation. Rick Barnes on trying to improve off the loss in a big week coming up against Kentucky and Florida. We'll come back right here on Josh and Swain.
Your odds to win 99.1 The Sports Animal's biggest prizes just got better. We now draw one member of our email club, The Jungle, as an instant finalist in contests with a grand prize value over $500. Club members get links to our latest blogs and videos, plus a layout of Sports Animal programming and the biggest sporting events of the weekend. To make sure you receive our weekly Sports Animal emails, visit our website at 991thesportsanimal.com and sign up for the Jungle Email Club.
Need a new roof? You need Mo Shingles. Need new siding? You need Mo Shingles. Mo Shingles, locally owned and operated with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating and over 100 5-star reviews. Free estimates, moshingles.com, 770-0506.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on The Sports Animal.
The Super Bowl matchup is set after the Eagles defeated the Commanders 55-23 on Sunday in the NFC Championship game. Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley each ran for 3 touchdowns to send the Eagles to their 3rd Super Bowl appearance since 2017. The Chiefs defeated the Bills 32-29 in the AFC Championship game. The Chiefs are looking to become the first team in NFL history to win 3 consecutive Super Bowls. This is also a rematch of the Chiefs' recent title 2 years ago when Kansas City defeated Philadelphia in Super Bowl 57. Kickoff for the Super Bowl is set for 6:30 on Sunday, February 9th. The Lady Vols are at home tonight to take on number 2 South Carolina in an SEC showdown. The Gamecocks are undefeated in conference play and 19-1 on the season. Tennessee is 15-4 and 3-4 in SEC action. Tip-off tonight is at 7 o'clock. Coverage begins at 6:30 right here on The Sports Animal. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Fellas, Low T Center is not a typical doctor's office. Their physicians specialize in treating low T with testosterone replacement therapy, or TRT for each and every patient. So if you've been feeling some of the symptoms of low T, like fatigue, lacking motivation and drive, gaining weight, or noticing a loss of muscle mass, Low T Center is a place for you to get your levels checked. It's really easy. It's a simple test, and with their on-site lab, you'll get your results back right there. They have over a decade of experience helping patients, and super important, their personal treatment plans are optimized for each patient. These are not standard basic treatments. You can get your health evaluated for treatment with prescription GLP-1 weight loss medications as well. And for current patients, Low T Center is offering you a $150 referral credit for each new patient that you refer. So let's get you feeling like you again. Back to your best, looking your best, feeling your best. First step is going to the website. That's lowtcenter.com to book your appointment online today. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
This has been a paid announcement.
A new year provides a fresh new start, an opportunity for you to become a better version of yourself, a brand new day. One area of your life that you're probably not thinking about is your sleep. Hi, I'm Roger Cunningham, owner of the Bed Store. The quality of your sleep will have a drastic effect on all the other areas of your life. Your health and weight, your mental cognition, your mood, your willpower, all greatly affected by the quality of sleep. At the Bed Store, we can help tuck fit you into your just right mattress so you can get the best sleep of your life. We carry the best brands like the luxurious Beautyrest Black mattresses, and we'll match you to your perfect one using our exclusive tuck fit process. Right now, you can get well tucked into Beautyrest Black for only $19 a month with free local delivery and up to $300 in free accessories.
The right mattress, the right price, guaranteed at the Bed Store.
The Bed Store, well, we'll even tuck you in.
Swipe left, swipe right. Dating has become very impersonal. But if one of those swipe rights has led you to the right person, I would like to invite you to stop by TK Wheeler Jewelers for a very personal visit. You'll find a gorgeous selection of engagement rings and bridal sets that you can actually try on before you decide. Bring the person you swiped right to TK Wheeler Jewelers today. One woman, one diamond, one place together. TK Wheeler Jewelers in Oak Ridge next to Outback.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Taxes was not knowing your full financial picture. Now Taxes is getting and maximizing your refund all in one place. Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get you the most money back, guaranteed. Then you can do more with all that money, all in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Get started today. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
This report is sponsored by Robert Half. Robert Half research indicates 9 out of 10 hiring managers are having difficulty hiring. Robert Half is here to help. Their recruiting professionals use proprietary AI to connect businesses with highly skilled talent. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
Will slowly begin to dry out as we head through the second half of our Monday. Clouds still linger for a majority of the day, keeping temperatures back into the mid-40s, a couple of degrees below our seasonal average, but we will see a little bit of late-day sunshine leading to clearing overnight and a much colder start Tuesday morning. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jacob Durham.
Johnson, I've been reading about this geofencing. Know anything about it?
Yeah, boss. We use geofencing through Cumulus Digital to help drive our sales.
How does it work?
We pick precise locations, and whenever a customer enters that location, they see our ads.
That's what I thought.
Cumulus Digital.
Listening to us on the air. Free. Listening on the app. Free. Listening on our website. Free. No subscription required. Just free sports talk.
This is Coach Josh Heupel. You're listening to Josh and Swain on 99.1, The Sports Animal.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. 865-656-9900. The Super Bowl is set a week from Sunday. The Eagles and Chiefs will play a rematch from a couple of years ago. The Chiefs will go for a three-peat and a fourth ring that Patrick Mahomes is seeking. The amount of wins are piling up for Mahomes, for Andy Reid, Travis Kelce as well, what they've done as a group. Swain, you were asking in the last segment, the records, how they might compare. So in the postseason, Mahomes got another win last night against Josh Allen. Allen did win in the regular season against the Chiefs. That was the only win. That was the only loss for the Chiefs in a game they were really trying to win. They took a loss in the final regular season to keep the Bengals out and allow the Broncos to skip on in there. But the Bills got him in the regular season last night at home.
Yep.
Chiefs got him back. So the Patriots and Colts, they had their great rivalry, and then it extended over a little bit with Brady and Manning in Denver. The Patriots won their first 6 games. 2 of those were in the playoffs against the Colts. And then 05 and 06, the Colts got them back, beating them in the regular season. And in the rematch in that 06 season AFC title game, in the AFC title game, that's when Manning got his first postseason win. That was a big deal. They go on to win the Super Bowl. But coming back from that deficit, stunning New England with that win, was a big deal. So overall, in the postseason, Manning had success against Brady. Final run to the Super Bowl in Denver included a win against the Patriots. Brady had the better overall record, 11-6 head-to-head against Manning. But Manning got him in the postseason enough to even things out. You know, the overall record, Brady has 7 rings to Peyton's 2. But head-to-head, Manning was able to finally break through 05, 06, and then the 06 playoffs, and it was more even the rest of the way.
Yeah, maybe Josh Allen could do that with Patrick Mahomes. So, Peyton Manning is all-time great. We know with Tom Brady what he did and his 7 rings. It's really hard to compare those 2 quarterbacks when you look at the rings, but that's a good example of, hey, man, just keep knocking on the door. Eventually you'll break through. I think Josh Allen will be able to do that. Unfortunately, it just didn't happen this year for him.
The AFC is also loaded at the position, period.
Yeah, I mean, the Bengals, they'll be coming. They'll be back and better. Joe Burrow had a good season this year. Didn't have a lot of help defensively. The Ravens will be back with Lamar. Chargers, they'll still be there. The Broncos, pretty much everybody in the AFC West be pretty good.
Pretty much everybody. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Pretty much everybody in the AFC West.
Pretty much everybody.
Yeah, we don't have to get into all the details to audit that statement, but I would agree with you. C.J. Stroud in Houston, he's just played 2 seasons. He has a playoff win in each of those seasons.
Yep.
Obviously has the chance to keep getting better, and my guess is that he will. So, yeah, a lot of young talent and proven talent. When you look at a group of Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, and Lamar Jackson, those are 4 elite quarterbacks, 4 MVP-level performers.
Oh, yeah. So it'll be tough in the AFC. Yeah, listen, it's going to be tough in the NFC. Not as tough as the AFC, but, I mean, Eagles ain't going anywhere. 49ers, they'll be back at it. The Lions, they'll be good. The Packers, the Vikings. Don't have to worry about the Cowboys, though.
Brian Schottenheimer, the new head coach in Dallas.
Yeah, they dropped that on a Friday night, huh? That's weird, man. A franchise that wants so much attention did not want that attention when it came to hiring their head coach. It's weird how that happened.
I don't know what they're doing down there.
Josh, my man Jerry Jones interviews after every game. Gets on radio every week. drums up the attention because he wants to be talked about on ESPN. But when it came down to hiring a coach, dumped it on a Friday night. I don't know what they're doing either, Josh. I have no clue. But I saw Cowboy fans on social media losing it. They're done.
I still think he might deserve an Emmy. I don't know exactly what the award is because it's just a scene, but
Michael Irvin
for Landman.
Michael Irvin is criticizing Jerry Jones now. He's being subtle about it. He can call his name, but he's not happy.
Yeah, you're starting to see some of that. Troy Aikman did as well a couple of weeks ago.
Emmitt Smith. I mean, they're starting to talk. So, but don't have to worry about the Cowboys. They're not doing anything for a while. Maybe the Falcons, Michael Penix.
Maybe.
But the Bucks, I mean, they've been the playoff team for a couple of years. So, I mean, listen, it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough to get to the playoffs and make a run.
Giants?
Nah, they got a long way to go, buddy.
You know, if they could get a playmaker, they have Malik Neighbors. If they could get another one, you know, like a Saquon, somebody like that.
I was thinking more like a Jalen Hyatt, but they already have him.
They got him.
But, yeah, man, Saquon was pretty good for the Eagles, you know,
Pretty
scoring
good.
first play of the game, making it look real easy. It's amazing how good he looks with a little bit of blocking.
I mean, the year he leaves, he puts together one of the great individual seasons by a running back in league history. It is up there with the best of them.
You know what's insulting, though, for the Giants is the fact that he didn't even try to go get the record. He was like, nah, I'm good. I want to put myself in a position to win a Super Bowl. Because if you're the Giants, it would have been better if he would have tried to get the record, but the Eagles not win or not be in the position that they're in now. But the fact that he was like, nah, I'm good. I'm not going to get the record. My team is trying to win a Super Bowl. That adds salt in the wound.
You know how good Saquon is right now? So the sportsbook DraftKings, they do this King of the End Zone promo. And the way it works is you select a player, you have to bet on it. So it's a promo, but you have to bet on the player that will score the longest touchdown of that day. So that Sunday. Well, yesterday Saquon was the winner. Last Sunday, Saquon was the winner. And 2 weeks ago, the only reason Saquon wasn't the winner was because he slid instead of running into the end zone for a touchdown.
Who's going to be the winner in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl?
I'm taking my money's on.
It won't be Travis Kelce. It might be, Xavier Worthy or Saquon. It won't be Juju Smith-Schuster. It won't be him.
No, his big playmaking days are probably behind him.
Well,
but that offense knows how to use guys. They
That's
know how
right.
to get you in the right position. If you know the system, they'll keep giving you an opportunity. But we get the matchup, Eagles and Chiefs, 2 weeks from yesterday, 13 days to go until the Super Bowl. We'll come back, 865-656-9900, asking you to join us. More Tennessee football and basketball talk ahead on Josh and Swain.
Hello, friends. This is Kevin Frazier with Frazier's Carpet One. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, luxury vinyl tile, ceramic, or anything for the floor, Frazier's is the name to trust. My great-grandfather Frazier started our flooring business in 1953, and the Frazier family has been proudly covering all of East Tennessee's flooring needs for the more than 70 years since. And you don't stay in business that long without offering value. Frazier's big in-stock selection means buying power muscle, and we pass those savings on to you. Plus, no money down and free financing for 18 months. Only at Frazier's. Call us today, 546-4850, and we'll come to you with free in-home estimates. Everything for the floor from the store you trust more, Frazier's.
Be the younger you. We talked about resolutions, and with the Be the Younger You, the way you'll stay motivated is you could lose like a pound a day. My cholesterol, but it's very, very low as to where it used to be, and that for somebody who's had has heart disease in the family, it's good. And you may have heart disease in your family or diabetes. Call them, 865-498-3000. This is not hard. 865-498-3000. Be the Younger You knocks Results
may vary.
Since 1970, January has been National Blood Donor Month. Start your new year as a hero. Celebrate National Blood Donor Month with Medic Regional Blood Center. To reserve your time slot for donating, please call us at 865-524-3074 or visit medicblood.org. Medic is the primary blood supplier for 25 hospitals and regional air transport services across 23 East Tennessee and Southeast Kentucky counties. When you give locally, you save locally.
Frankie Valley and the Four Seasons. The last encore tour is coming to Knoxville. Friday, February 14th at the Knoxville Civic Auditorium. Tickets are on sale now. Don't miss this chance to see Frankie Valley and the Four Seasons live. Presented by Big Springs Entertainment.
It's basketball time in Tennessee. Union Place Bar and Grill off Chambliss Avenue in Bearden is the only place to be. 24 TVs, including a 160-inch video wall in the dining room, a game room with billiards, shuffleboard, darts, golden tee, buck hunter, and video poker, and a huge outdoor courtyard perfect for tailgating with beautiful scenery, a covered area, and live music every weekend. You can't lose. Unless you don't show up. Union Place Bar and Grill off Chambliss Avenue. Follow them on Facebook for daily specials. Union Place Bar and Grill. This must be the place.
It's basketball time in Tennessee, and Tennessee Roofing Specialist loves to support the Vols and UT fans, so they would like to offer you a 10% discount during basketball season. Tennessee Roofing Specialist is your local roofing expert, specializing in new construction, remodeling, and commercial roofing, and committed to providing outstanding service at a price that won't break the bank. So if you're looking for an affordable, reliable roofing company, visit TennesseeRoofingSpecialist.com for your free estimate today. Tennessee Roofing Specialist, your roof, their reputation.
You are losing money if you do not add a deck before you sell your home. That's why you need to call James Anthony, 304-0955. You can also see what you can do online. That's at TennesseeHome.us. We're talking 20 years of experience and not just squares and rectangles. If you're looking for somebody who can bring customization to your home, call James Anthony at Tennessee Home, 304-0955, 304-0955, or TennesseeHome.us.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. One more Saquon Barkley note. I don't know if you saw this clip previously, Swain, but Saquon Barkley began his career with the New York Giants. Everybody knew he was talented. Dealt with some injuries there, too. But the Giants very publicly let him go because it was all documented. Seeing the video scenes behind closed doors, discussing, probably just need to move on. But the owner expressed some real concern if he were to go to Philadelphia, which he did. Saquon Barkley, when he signed with the Eagles, joked, "My daughter, when I told her that we were going to Philly, she kind of was just like, does that mean we're going to win now?" Year one with the Eagles, Saquon is on to the Super Bowl. He's played a big part in getting there. So Eagles-Chiefs, the Super Bowl matchup. We got this in the text box, Wayne, 865-656-9900. Don't have a name on the text, I don't believe. Expectations are too high from Tennessee fans. Tennessee fans need to realize the Vols have only two national championships in football in school history. Expectations are too high, and the fans are ungrateful.
What's some examples that they're ungrateful?
Well, I'm sure on social media you can find fans that are ungrateful, that are too harsh in criticism. That is the case with Tennessee and pretty much anywhere there is passion. Overall, what I see is a fan base that is grateful for what's gone on over the last few years, hopeful for more success in the future, a chance to advance deeper into the playoff, which Josh Heupel wants as well, which everybody at Tennessee wants. So I think that is probably too harsh of a net to cast over the Tennessee fan base based on probably what is seen on social media, often in times of emotion.
Man, I feel like you're either trying to win a championship or you're not. And there are programs that know they're not going to win a championship. There's no reason to talk about it. You don't have the funds. You just don't have the ability to win a championship. And I do think there are times when people are ungrateful and don't, realize what this staff has been able to do over the last 4 years. But if their goal is to win a championship, why can't we expect them to try to win a championship? If that's what their goal is, if that's what they're publicly saying their goal is to win a championship, why can't we have that same expectation? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Now, only one team wins a championship. We have to understand that. And sometimes when you don't reach your goal, doesn't mean that you need to fire everybody and you need to, take it to the most extreme. But there should be a level of disappointment. Like, that's competitive sports. But the text kind of confused me a little bit because why are we doing this? Like, why are we spending the money? Why are we spending the time? Why are we doing everything that we're doing if we're not trying to win at the highest level?
I agree with you. I would say over the last 4 seasons, so if we're having the discussion of Josh Heupel, hired 4 years ago today, discussing what he's accomplished, I think what he's accomplished has been tremendous. I don't think there should have been an expectation over the last 3 seasons that Tennessee would win the national championship.
No.
I didn't really sense that as an expectation. Maybe a hope, a goal, that's fine.
No.
But an expectation that Tennessee would win the national championship, I didn't really sense that from too many people.
No, not this year. I mean,
there was an expectation from a percentage of fans that Tennessee would go win at Ohio State, but I don't even fault anybody for that. Why would you go into that kind of game? You're getting excited. I know the result. I didn't expect that. I tell you what, we can continue this on the other side. 865-656-9900 if you would like to join us as we continue right here on Josh and Swain.
Dr. Jim Katsianis is happy to announce Dr. Steven Simpson has joined his dental practice. Dr. Simpson was born and raised in Knoxville and graduated from West High School. After completing his dental school, he trained and joined the U.S. Army, practiced dentistry in Italy for 5 years before returning to Knoxville. His expertise adds to the quality care already offered at Dr. Jim's practice. Call today to schedule your next dental checkup with Dr. Katsianis or Dr. Simpson. 865-584-0276 or online drjimdentist.com.
The new year is here, and it's going to be full of special occasions. And when you want to celebrate one or all of them with a special piece of jewelry, then you need to remember TK Wheeler Jewelers. He's located on South Illinois Avenue in Oak Ridge, and he's been in business for over 40 years. He knows how to put an exclamation point on an anniversary, a special birthday like a Sweet 16, a push present to celebrate the birth of your child, or a retirement gift after a lifetime of dedication. They have so many beautiful options for you when it comes to bracelets, earrings, necklaces, and chains, and also watches for men and women. And then they have diamonds, multicolored precious gemstones, and classic pearls. There are so many options, but let me also plant this seed. You can sit down with TK and design a one-of-a-kind custom piece of jewelry to mark your special day. So when you need beautiful jewelry, you need the one and only TK Wheeler Jewelers.
This has been a big announcement.
Taxes was not knowing your full financial picture. Now Taxes is getting and maximizing your refund all in one place. Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get you the most money back, guaranteed. Then you can do more with all that money, all in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Get started today. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
As we launch into 2025, the team at Senior Benefit Inc. wants to thank you for your steadfast support and wish you a healthy, happy, and prosperous new year.
Happy New Year from Food City and all of our associates. Thank you for shopping with us in 2024, and we can't wait to see you in 2025.
If your resolution is to cut through all the red tape of banking, let us help. Happy New Year from all of us at Alcoa Federal Credit Union.
What's in a name? With Sweet Deals, everything you want at savings you never dreamt possible. No membership fees, no wait. And with the new Sweet Deals Premium tab, everyday deals on brands you know, names you want, savings you need. Sweet Deals Premium. Designer handbags, luxury cruises, accommodations, golf clubs, gift cards, autographed sports memorabilia. Find it all and save big at sweetdeals.com. Click the Premium tab. Shop, buy, save. Up to 70% off. Sweetdeals.com. Premium.
This new year, I want to spend more time with my family, get healthier, and make sure my finances are in order. That includes finally securing life insurance. My friend recommended SelectQuote. They've helped more than 2 million people find coverage in the last 40 years. In 15 minutes, a licensed insurance agent found me a $500,000 policy for only $16 a month. And my husband got a $500,000 policy for only $18 a month. Plus, we qualified for same-day life insurance. No medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. With SelectQuote, even if you have a health concern, be it high blood pressure, diabetes, even heart disease, their experienced agents can find you the right life insurance policy at the lowest price. Make life insurance the first resolution you check off your list this year.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-262-1212 to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-262-1212. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-262-1212. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
This is WNML AM Knoxville, WNML FM Friendsville, streaming worldwide on the Sports Animal app and website, 99.1thesportsanimal.com. 99.1 The Sports Animal, the station where the Vols play.
This is Andrew Perloff with a Sports Minute. Kansas City Chiefs fatigue is real, but for people outside of Philadelphia, rooting for the Eagles might be tough as well. Probably not the Super Bowl matchup everyone wanted to see, but even if you don't like both teams, for football purists, there's plenty to chew on. The Chiefs will try to three-peat, but to do it, they're going to have to beat a very, very good Eagles team. I'm Andrew Perloff.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks VapoStick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks VapoStick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors. Use as directed. VapoStick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
Whether you're ordering wings for the game, whipping up a 7-layer dip, or ordering pizza, there's something about football that makes you want to eat. And this football season, Uber Eats has the best deals on game day food, no matter what you're craving, from 2-for-1 pizza to buy one, get one wings. Uber Eats will be dropping new deals each week, all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Shopping for a mortgage? Don't sign a thing till you call for a free quote from Fountain City Finance, 687-8200.
Hour number 3 of Josh and Swain is here. Thank you for being with us. Otis texted in from here in Knoxville. Good day, Josh and Swain. Good day, Otis. Good day, Knoxville Otis is lucky to have Coach Heupel. Chip texted in and said that text must be from Frank. It's not from Frank, our good friend who pulls for Georgia, and we hope on his behalf, has trolled us a little bit in the last couple of weeks. We had a text from somebody else last hour that said Tennessee fans need to realize that UT only has 2 national championship football teams in school history. Expectations are too high.
Too high?
And the fans are ungrateful.
They're not too high. They're not too high. Your AD, your head coach, talk about chasing championships. That's what they talk about. That's what they want to do. So that's the expectation, that we're going to chase championships in every sport. That's what we're doing. So the expectations are not too high. We're doing it to win a championship. Do I think Knoxville is lucky to have Josh Heupel? Absolutely, considering what happened before he took the job. But why are we even having this conversation? Like, why do we have to have this conversation? Why can't we be able to say, hey, man, like, we're in a good spot with our head coach, but we want a little bit more. Like, they want more. You don't think they're saying, hey, man, last season was good, but let's see if we can have a better season. You think they're sitting over there going, hey, man, last season was good. That's the best we're going to do. So, all right, boys, let's just hang it up. No, like, they're trying to do a better job than they did last season. At least I would hope. Like, what's wrong with wanting more? What's wrong with wanting nice things? Like, if my kids come into my office and say, hey, Dad, you know, I mean, I'm really appreciative about, you know, the roof that you provided for us and how hard you work and, you know, you keep us safe and keep the lights on, there's food on the table. And I really appreciate that. But I was wondering, Dad, there's these new Nikes that I would love to have. How would I sound saying, what's wrong with you? What? You're not grateful for what you got? Huh? You're not grateful? Why do you want something better? Why do you want some new shoes? You should be grateful for what you have. No, you can be appreciative of what you have, but want some nicer things. Like, as a fan, you can be appreciative of what's happened in the last 4 years and want a little bit more without the fan police coming around going, oh, my God, you being ungrateful. What's wrong with you? You got unrealistic expectations, man. You're not a real fan if you want to win more. Like, come on, man. Chill out a little bit.
Both can be true. You can recognize here today on the 4th anniversary of Josh Heupel being hired that he has had tremendous success. As you mentioned, considering the position the Vols were in 2021, what he inherited, what he had to build out of, and what they've done. 2 wins against Alabama, 2 wins against Florida, 2 double-digit regular season win seasons, a spot in the college football playoff. Tennessee is one of 4 SEC schools to finish ranked in the top 25 at the end of each of the last 3 seasons. Only 4 SEC schools have done it. Tennessee is one of them. That's all really good. The ultimate goal is to go compete for and win championships. And that is something that we've talked about Tennessee trying to do moving forward, trying to be in a better position in 2025 and 2026. And we're talking about that while Josh Heupel is talking about that. Josh Heupel is not sitting here saying, well, we made it into the top 10. I guess we're good. I don't care about winning a championship. He won a national championship as a quarterback at Oklahoma. His goal is to win one as a head coach. So Josh Heupel and his staff and people at University of Tennessee can look at it and say, hey, we should be proud of what we've done here the last few years. Mm-hmm. And we should want to do more. We should strive to do more, and I can promise you that's the conversation they're having as well.
Yeah, man, we won 10 games, man. It would be nice if, maybe next year we can win 11. What? How dare you want more? What's wrong with you? You're not grateful for 10? Yeah, I'm grateful, but I like 11.
If Tennessee falls short against Georgia in week 3, Josh Heupel's not going to end the game at his press conference saying, well, won 10 games last season. Yeah. 2022, we had the number 1 scoring offense.
Yeah.
What's the problem? So I don't agree with the text that came in.
No, me neither. Me neither, man. Like, you can be appreciative but want a little bit more. That's okay. I would hope that people had the same mentality when it came to their jobs. Like, hey, man, you've been working there for 10 years. You've done a good job. You're making this amount of money. And I hope you don't go to work going, well, I mean, I'll just do the same thing I've done and not try to get better, not try to make the company better, not try to be better myself. Just, hey, I'm just not going to push myself and just, hey, same old, same old. I would hope that tomorrow is about being a little bit better.
The statement from Josh Heupel after the loss against Ohio State was there's a standard inside the building at Tennessee, and they're going to continue to grow. Now, they have to go do it. You don't just show up the next year and you're better because you're a year older. You're in your fifth year instead of your fourth year at the University of Tennessee. And we've spent the last few weeks, a lot of the time, talking about, okay, here's what they need at the skill positions. Here's what they need up front. Today on the show, we discussed here are some of the key players that they have to replace. Dylan Sampson is gone. How do you replace his production in the offensive backfield? So the to-do list is pretty lengthy to get to the position that an Ohio State has been in this season, that Georgia and Alabama have been in the last several years, last couple of decades. In one of those cases, where LSU has been at the top. So there's a to-do list where Tennessee needs to check off some items, but that's the objective right now for Tennessee. Don't just maintain, continue to grow.
Yeah. I mean, that's a.
You also can't have this conversation. We've discussed the subject recently. You can't have this conversation about Tennessee's fan base, because part of that's coming back to the text saying fans are ungrateful. Tennessee has a huge fan base, a passionate fan base, and when things are going great, there's a huge celebration. When things go poorly, when there's disappointment, there's going to be some extreme in the reaction. We can't be surprised by that. You just can't overreact to what that, I would say, percentage of the fan base says. So we're in social media era where we see everything. Everything's out there. You can immediately respond. When I shared the message earlier today, hey, it's been 4 years since Josh Heupel was hired. Here's some things he's accomplished. A few of the responses was, yeah, but what about on the road? Yeah, but what about the SEC championship? Yeah, but they lost in the playoff. I know.
That's the next step.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do next. You can recognize the accomplishments while also pointing out what is missing and what has to happen next for Tennessee football.
Well, Tony Vitello did it. Tony Vitello reached an area on the mountain. It wasn't the top, but it was pretty high area on the mountain when he went to the College World Series. Didn't win a game. And then he tried to climb back up that mountain, was the number one team in the country for the majority of the season, but lost to Notre Dame and didn't get out of the Super Regional. And then you made another climb, and then you won a game. And then this past year, you made that climb and got to the top of the mountain. But I'm pretty sure if you ask Tony Vitello, did he adjust? Did he change as a coach? Did he do anything different from the first time he got to the mountain to the last time when he got to the top of the mountain? I'm pretty sure he's going to say, yes, there were some adjustments that I made, that we made. Josh Heupel needs to make those adjustments himself to do the same things that you've done in these 4 years, which, hey, you've had success, but it's not the success that you want. If you want the success that you've been gunning for, which is to get to the top of the mountain, there's going to be some adjustments that you have to make. And let's see if he makes those. But, yeah, like coaches evolve, especially young coaches, which last time I checked, Josh Heupel's still a young coach. Tony Vitello's still a young coach. These guys are not Rick Barnes. And Rick Barnes, who's been coaching since the beginning of time, has shown the ability to adjust. He's adjusted when getting players from the transfer portal. He's adjusted through NIL. Like, you always evolve. You always adjust as a head coach. Nick Saban did it during the last 10 years at Alabama. But if you're unwilling to adjust, then you're okay with the results that are coming your way.
That is what's next.
That's what's next, man.
For Tennessee football. We'll continue the conversation, 865-656-9900. Speaking of, in about 20 minutes, Bill Bender of Sporting News will talk about the next season, the 2025 season. Months to go, but the way too early top 25s are out. He's put together the composite. So we'll tell you where Tennessee stands there. We have an attaboy to hand out. We'll hear from Rick Barnes talking about what's next for Tennessee basketball in trying to improve after a close loss at Auburn this past weekend. We'll come back and invite you to be a part of the show as well at 865-656-9900 on Josh and Swain.
Your odds to win 99.1 The Sports Animal's biggest prizes just got better. We now draw one member of our email club, The Jungle, as an instant finalist in contests with a grand prize value over $500. Club members get links to our latest blogs and videos, plus a layout of Sports Animal programming and the biggest sporting events of the weekend. To make sure you receive our weekly Sports Animal emails, visit our website at 991thesportsanimal.com and sign up for The Jungle Email Club.
You already know that Miller Brothers Auto Repair offers services from transmissions and engines to oil change and routine maintenance. What you may not know is Miller Brothers Collision Center can handle all your collision repair needs. Our certified technicians will make your damaged car look brand new. We accept all insurance. If you bend it, we can mend it. Miller Brothers is located on Tazewell Pike right here in Knoxville, and we're proud supporters of the Tennessee Vols. Call us at 689-5072. That's 689-5072.
Some people swear that cold showers have health benefits. This is fine. But most everyone else dreads running out of hot water. If you're sick of cold showers and your water smells funny or looks brown, then it's time to call the plumbing experts at Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling for water heater services. Voted best plumbing company in Knoxville 7 years in a row. Whether you need emergency water heater repairs, replacements, or maintenance for traditional tank style or tankless water heaters, our certified technicians will restore your hot water in no time. If you need a new water heater, Pipe Wrench also offers free on-site estimates for replacements and free second opinions on repairs. And if budgets are tight, we offer 0% financing with approved credit. And if you sign up for our Peace of Mind maintenance plan, you get an annual water heater flush, plus a full plumbing system inspection, sewer line video camera inspection, biannual HVAC system check, and much more for as low as $20.25 a month. Call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to schedule your appointment today.
Taxes was not knowing your full financial picture. Now Taxes is getting and maximizing your refund all in one place. Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get you the most money back, guaranteed. Then you can do more with all that money, all in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Get started today. See guaranteed details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Right now at Wendy's, get 2 of these fave items for just $7. The spicier classic chicken sandwich, Dave's single, or 10-piece nugs. It's an incredible deal, but an insanely difficult choice. Do you go double chicky sando, both spicy and classic, 1 beefy and 1 chicky? Or maybe you go all in on one and go Nug Max. 2 faves for just $7? Gotta be Wendy's.
At participating Wendy's for a limited time only. Select a request 2 for $7 deal to redeem. Not valid in a combo or with saucy nugs. Single item at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Hi, I'm Pat with ProSource Home Buyers, and I buy houses cash. If you have a house and you want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me. 865-500-3711. I pay cash and close as quickly as you'd like. I buy houses in any condition, any price range, any location. I buy several houses per month and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorced houses, behind on payment houses. I even buy my tenant will pay me the rent houses. Do you have a house that's in rough shape and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, because I love buying those houses. I buy vacant houses, abandoned houses, condemned houses, and even foreclosure houses. If you have a house and you want to sell it fast, call me. 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711.
In a flash, sell your house for cash. ProSource Home Buyers.
Everything is more expensive than ever before. Well, except for the sports animal. Always free on the air and on the stream. Always. 99.1 The Sports Animal. Fair, honest sports conversation from 2 guys that define credibility. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Just a couple more notes. Appreciate the interaction. The text we were talking about. One text saying, hey, fans are too ungrateful with Tennessee. I mentioned I think passion can spill over, and sometimes that can create extreme negativity in the moment on social media. It's pointed out you only see only a certain percentage of fans are even on social media, and often in those moments, that's where you're going to see the negativity. Totally agree with that. Totally agree. Yeah. That ends up being used as a representation when I don't think that's fair. And even in that case, you can go too far. I think everybody recognizes that. If you want the high levels of passion, of positivity, you're just going to experience some of the negativity that can come with it in those moments. Then time moves forward, people step back, zoom out a little bit, and you recognize the good that is happening. Mike in Knoxville texted, everyone should want better for yourself, for your family. I love our coach and Danny White. What if we never wanted to update our stadium? Would we get more fans or recruits? Probably not. So we as fans should always want a better season. Even if you win a natty, you should expect us to try again the next year. Ohio State is not saying, we're good. Now they lost a defensive coordinator. He's getting $3.1 million a year. Jim Knowles going to Penn State, and there appeared to be a bidding war for him. But Ohio State's saying, okay, we've got to retain the talent. We've got to spend a little bit more probably to do that. Jeremiah Smith is going to cost a little bit more, but Ohio State's going to go into next season trying to win a national championship again. And that's a fan base, by the way. They just had some extreme negativity about 5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
They still have a great fan base. They still have a passionate fan base that expects a lot and should.
Well, I look at the Tennessee fans that travel to Columbus, and those fans believed enough to spend their money on hotels and food and gas to drive and sit in those conditions. I mean, so just because a few people on social media, on the Vols Facebook page, or a couple mentions here and there on Twitter doesn't represent the entire fan base. So I agree with you there.
865-656-9900. Thanks again for all the messages. Speaking of trying to get better, Tennessee with a close loss against Auburn. There'd be no reason to say, oh, well, lost the number one team. Nothing to work on there. No reason to be down about it. They weren't. They looked at it and said, hey, we played a hard-fought game, had a shot that could have gone in, didn't. Auburn escaped with the win, but they still also say, okay, how do we improve? Yep. One question there was Chaz Lanier, ways to get him going because he's obviously going to be important. He hit that late three in transition. That was a big-time shot.
Oh, that was pretty.
Beautiful play. They pushed it. Zakai kicks it over. Lanier, no hesitation, caught it and fired and hit the shot. But how about more? Rick Barnes, after the game on Saturday, talked about that, getting more from Chaz Lanier moving forward.
Well, he's going to have to, again, continue to move, cut, get open, and if he doesn't get some separation, we're not going to be able to screen for him. And because when guys are up against you, and I've said last game, it's not just us everywhere. I mean, freedom of movement's pretty much gone in the game. And again, I think when somebody downs you, they really put you in gives you the advantage if you know how to set your man up and take advantage of it. And we've talked about it a lot with him, but he'll keep doing it. And but again, it's one, you got to give Auburn, anybody we play, credit because they're going to look at statistics and numbers and go back and see games that he maybe didn't score as well, and they're just going to kind of copy it sometimes. But it's up to us as coaches and him to understand the adjustments that he's got to make to get open.
Rick Barnes after the game on Saturday night talking about Chaz Lanier.
I think about Steph Curry off the ball. Can't compare Steph Curry to Chaz Lanier. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm talking about the off the ball action, the movement off the ball. And Steph Curry is one of the most in shape basketball players that we've seen because of his willingness to run and sprint off the ball from baseline to baseline to get open. And one of the tricks that he uses is the same trick that Zakai uses when he has the ball. And he'll stop, let the defender run into him and draw the foul. Maybe that's something Chaz could use to help create some separation. If they are on him to the point, this is what Rick Barnes just talked about, to the point where it makes it really hard for screeners to get a good angle to set a screen for him, maybe Chaz needs to do a better job of initiating that contact and stopping and forcing those guys to run into him, run through him, and force the officials to make the call.
Let's see how he responds at home. He's been better at home. Most players are. Against Kentucky, that's probably a good get-right spot. You're trying to get going offensively.
Well, Kentucky fans didn't want him. Some Kentucky fans didn't want him. Remember that?
Did they not want him before he chose Kentucky or after he didn't choose Kentucky?
I'm choosing to believe they didn't want him before.
Okay.
No,
Tell him that.
Kentucky really wanted him. I
They
mean,
did.
they offered him, according to reports, a lot of money, probably more than what Tennessee offered.
Mhm.
BYU offered a whole lot more than what Tennessee offered. So, hopefully Chaz can get going against Tennessee against Kentucky, because Kentucky, they got the best shooter in the country. And so if he gets going, which he's been, kind of cold as of late, not getting a lot of shots up, but it's going to be a 3-point clinic out there, I think, on Tuesday, if both teams get open looks.
Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Tennessee at home against Kentucky. Tonight, 7 o'clock, the Lady Vols at home against South Carolina. Back-to-back nights of big games. South Carolina on the women's side, Kentucky on the men's side, coming to Knoxville. We'll come back. We'll talk to Bill Bender of Sporting News. He's looked at all those different way too early top 25s. They have a composite there at Sporting News. What stands out about it, where Tennessee stands, that when we return right here on Josh and Swain.
You're always welcome to join us on Sports Talk on The Sports Animal. I'm John Wilkerson with Vince Ferrara. We join you Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m.
And now our show is on social media. Same handle on all the socials. Sports Talk on 991, Instagram, Facebook, and X.
Hey Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Farragut at 865-675-3999.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on The Sports Animal.
The Super Bowl matchup is set after the Eagles defeated the Commanders 55-23 on Sunday in the NFC Championship game. Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley each ran for 3 touchdowns to send the Eagles to their 3rd Super Bowl appearance since 2017. The Chiefs defeated the Bills 32-29 in the AFC Championship game. The Chiefs are looking to become the first team in NFL history to win 3 consecutive Super Bowls. This is also a rematch of the Chiefs' recent title 2 years ago when Kansas City defeated Philadelphia in Super Bowl 57. Kickoff for the Super Bowl is set for 6:30 on Sunday, February 9th. The Lady Vols are at home tonight to take on number 2 South Carolina in an SEC showdown. The Gamecocks are undefeated in conference play and 19-1 on the season. Tennessee is 15-4 and 3-4 in SEC action. Tip-off tonight is at 7 o'clock. Coverage begins at 6:30 right here on The Sports Animal. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Temperatures are dropping, and if you're starting a DIY project this winter, you need cold weather building materials. A.G. Hines Company in downtown Knoxville has everything you need: materials, tools, and more than 100 years experience to answer your questions and help you get the job done right. Make them the best first stop you can make when it comes to your winter construction and do-it-yourself projects. Visit them in-store or online at aghines.com. A.G. Hines Company. That's AGHEINS.com.
At Progressive, we're making things even easier. We'll help you bundle your home and car insurance together so you could save on both. Learn more at progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
As we launch into 2025, the team at Senior Benefit Inc. wants to thank you for your steadfast support and wish you a healthy, happy, and prosperous new year.
Happy New Year from Food City and all of our associates. Thank you for shopping with us in 2024, and we can't wait to see you in 2025.
If your resolution is to cut through all the red tape of banking, let us help. Happy New Year from all of us at Alcoa Federal Credit Union.
Unlock the life and longevity you deserve with Marble City Family Chiropractic. If you're experiencing chronic or acute pain, Marble City Family Chiropractic can help. They now offer MLS cold laser treatments, which promote cellular growth, regeneration, and healing. It's ideal for patients with arthritis, neck and back injuries, herniated discs, knee conditions, bursitis, carpal tunnel, and plantar fasciitis. The effects are long-lasting, and the treatment is painless. To schedule your appointment, call 766-2081 or visit MarbleCityChiropractic.com.
It should be easy to find a local plumber, right? Plumber near me.
Hey there,
we can help you.
Weird. These are all big companies.
Excuse me, we're a plumbing company 2 miles away. Hello?
Well, it is what it is. Guess I'll dial that 1-800 number.
Can she seriously not see us?
No, they can't see you because you're buried deep in the list of local plumbers. You're invisible online. Introducing Cumulus Boost. Get a boost. Get found. Get on the map. Learn more at cumulusboost.com.
Does life feel heavy sometimes? Lay your burden down and give it to God. The Gathering Church is a community of believers who are not here to fix you, but to help you receive the love God wants you to have. It's never too late. Jesus still saves, heals, delivers, prospers, and He cares for you. Prayer service at 9:30 a.m., teaching at 10:30. Visit online at thegatheringfamily.com, or better yet, come in person. All are welcome at The Gathering. You're not alone. You can make this place your home.
Bring a whole new meaning to your backyard barbecue with a new deck. Tennessee Home is your local trusted deck and fencing specialist. Call today for a free, no-pressure design appointment at 865-304-0955 or visit them online, tennesseehome.us.
This report is sponsored by Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Every day in Tennessee brings something new that can catch us by surprise, like a rainy day fender bender. Farm Bureau Insurance is there to make sure the important things like auto, home, life, and small business are well protected. Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Tennessee Insurance for Tennessee Life.
We'll slowly see rain pushing out as we head through your Monday afternoon. Clouds still sticking in place, and that'll keep temperatures in check. Very seasonal this time of year as we're back into the mid-40s, but some late-day sunshine will eventually lead to some clearing overnight and a much colder start as we're heading into Tuesday morning. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jacob Durham.
At Ingalls, we know the ever-present struggle of what am I going to make for dinner this week? That's why we started the Ingalls Table. It's all waiting for you at ingalls-markets.com. Ingalls, low prices, love the savings.
Welcome back into Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Next to VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain. I'm Josh Ward, and we're excited to welcome to the show Bill Bender. He covers college football for Sporting News. The college football season has come to an end, but Bill, we transition into the offseason, which can be as active as the regular season, I'm sure, to cover in college football these days.
Oh, absolutely. You know, and with the season burning later into the year, you know, January 20th championship game, and before you know it, it's February. I think college basketball probably doesn't get its due as a result, but we are definitely on it. And as you know, the news never stops with Jim Knowles leaving Ohio State for Penn State yesterday.
Yeah, what's it like at Ohio State right now with what they're having to do to try to retain? They'll have to replace key players that are moving on to the next level as well. But we were discussing the cost of the roster this past season. I guess that could probably go up heading into 2025 with what Jeremiah Smith might be able to command, or Carnell Tate was in the news in that regard as well. So what's the story there at Ohio State? Is expectations have been a conversation in Knoxville. I'm sure they continue to be in Columbus too.
Oh, and they will continue to be. But, you know, they have deep collectives here. They're very organized on that end to be able to put together the roster that they did. I don't think Jeremiah Smith or Carnell Tate will go anywhere. You will have guys transfer, obviously. They made the largest splashes possible in 2024 with Caleb Downs and Quinshad Judkins and Will Howard. It wasn't so much the number of transfers, it was the value of the transfers that they bought in. Seth McLaughlin before he got injured. So I think they'll do a good job of holding this roster together and continuing to develop NFL players. I guess the big question is, what do they do at defensive coordinator with Knowles going to a rival, Penn State? I know you guys are used to that down there in SEC country. Like, guys, I feel like guys go to other staffs all the time in the SEC, but there's a little bit of a shocker yesterday for him to do that the same day Ohio State was celebrating the national title at Ohio Stadium.
Yeah, how do you interpret that move? Like, what does that move mean? Is it just strictly, hey, Penn State's paying Knowles more money and that's an easy decision? How do you look at that move?
Well, I mean, part of it's money for sure, and part of it, you know, there were rumors of disconnect within the defensive staff, and that had gone back to the previous season with some of the position coaches in Knowles, and you know how to what degree those are true. I know that Jim Knowles is eccentric. He's a very excellent defensive coordinator. I kind of thought the tea leaves lined up that he might go to Oklahoma. He has some ties in that area. But he ends up at Penn State and a rival school. And quite honestly, if you look at Penn State's scoring defense of the last couple of years, he's going to have an elite unit. They lose Abdul Carter, but they've got talent on that side of the ball that they had with Manny Diaz 2 years ago and Tom Allen last year.
We're talking to Bill Bender. He covers college football for Sporting News. If you go to sportingnews.com, you can see the composite way too early top 25s that have come together. Handy tool right now because there are a lot out there, Bill, so you're able to help compile that. I want to get some overall thoughts, but start with Tennessee. Tennessee's number 10 in the composite top 25 with all that are out there. What do you think seeing that number with where Tennessee is? And you saw Tennessee in person. It didn't go well for the Vols, but you saw them in person in Columbus. What do you see with Tennessee now transitioning into 2025?
I see a tough quarterback. It didn't go their way that night in Columbus, but Nico Iamaleava is as tough as they come. And he was getting hit hard by Ohio State players. I thought he showed some mobility, some toughness. That they obviously lose some guys. But this is a program that is built to make runs in the 12-team playoff. They caught a tough matchup there. So did we decide where they would have been seated? Had we seated this thing properly, they definitely would have an easier matchup than Ohio State off the go. But I think Josh Heupel got this team to the playoff. The defensive front seven was good. They just ran into the wrong team at the wrong time. And I will say this, I've never seen Ohio Stadium with that many fans of the opposing team in all the games that I've covered there over the years and attended. And I think that actually worked against Tennessee because that jazzed up the Ohio State team to silence them in that environment, and they did.
Yeah, it was really weird, Bill, because during the warm-ups I would hear boos, and I would imagine it was Tennessee players being booed by Ohio State fans, but really it was Buckeye players being booed by Tennessee fans. It was weird how much orange was in that stadium that night, especially in the pregame. It really showed up in the pregame, and then when the game started, all the red filed in, and it looked like a pretty distinct advantage for Ohio State.
Well, and I've covered several games there. It was unique, and it showed that the on-campus environment works. And for Tennessee fans, despite the loss, I'm sure, for you, had you ever been to Ohio Stadium, for example?
No.
See, so was it a cool experience? Besides
no.
the result?
Besides the result, yes.
Yeah, you get to visit. And I noticed that early in the season when Texas played Michigan up at the Big House, you saw a lot of burnt orange there. And that's what this game's about, especially in the SEC and the Big Ten, where you have all these 100,000-seat cathedrals to the game. Whether it's Neyland. Michigan fans haven't been down there. Penn State fans, I don't remember the last time they played Tennessee. I think they played a home-and-home years ago. But my point being, with this new setting, you're going to have matchups like that. These were the dreams that we had coming into this, seeing Ohio State play at LSU, seeing Tennessee come up to Ohio State. And I think that was probably one of the most effective parts of this 12-team playoff is the on-campus environment.
Bill Bender, Sporting News, is with us. And, Bill, we've seen back-to-back seasons where the Big Ten won the national championship, Michigan and then Ohio State. If you project next year, Ohio State right now would rank very high. Penn State would rank very high with a lot of that talent coming back, their new defensive coordinator coming in. What do you think with what you've seen from the SEC the last couple of seasons, maybe the strength at the top at the Big Ten and how that compares right now, the top of the Big Ten and what the SEC is trying to do?
Well, I think still pretty even. I think one of the things is Nick Saban retired. So the SEC didn't have the dominant team at the top that we're so used to seeing where, I used to make the joke on this show when I come on with you guys. The season didn't really start till Alabama lost or loses. And it's kind of like that with Georgia, but I think Georgia's very good. And then I think when you get into that top 25 you were talking about, when you get to the third best team and the ninth best team in the SEC, there's not much of a gap. To me, the difference in the Big Ten is that top five programs in the Big Ten are all very solid right now. And it's been a long time since Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan, and now you add Oregon into that conversation, and you have four really good programs at the top. And Michigan, I know they were 8-5 this year, but look how they closed. Ohio State, they beat Alabama, and they build a lot of momentum around a new quarterback next year. And I would even throw Notre Dame into that conversation in terms of like the Midwest in general. I don't think I'd have to go all the way back to the 90s when I would have said, Penn State, Michigan, Ohio State, Notre Dame, all competitive and in a good spot at the same time. It's been a really long time.
What kind of message do you think is being sent in Baton Rouge with players they brought in the transfer portal? We know what is expected out of that program, what they've done previously. What do you see there with LSU? LSU is 8th in the composite of all the top 25s that have come out.
Yeah, boomer bust team. I wrote that piece last week too. It's like that, coming off a 4-loss season, all the portal additions and subtractions. Garrett Nussmeier coming back, that's a start, and a tough schedule. I mean, they open at Clemson. So Brian Kelly catching strays during Notre Dame's college football playoff championship run, I thought unjustly so, because Notre Dame wouldn't have been in this spot hadn't Brian Kelly not kept them competitive for so many years. So, yeah, it's a big year for them. And I think they're one of those teams that, with Nussmeier coming back, with all these portal additions, we'll see if Brian Kelly can make it work. But they fall into that class where it's just hard. I feel like I'm throwing darts between LSU, Alabama, Tennessee, Florida, because I haven't had a chance to really dig into the schedules. That'll be one of my first assignments over here in February, where you start to look at how strong and how weak these schedules really are with these SEC teams.
2 programs that will have new quarterbacks next year, 2 programs that were in the top 5 for the majority of the season this year in Oregon and Texas. Which of the 2 teams you think will be closer to winning a championship this upcoming season?
Probably Texas. I mean, the Arch Manning factor is going to be hard to contain, and you guys know that name very well there. And what a way to start. I just, if they go to Ohio State and win in week 1, there's no amount of X or social media servers that are going to be able to contain the Arch Manning hype if that happens. They do have several playmakers to replace, and Oregon does as well. But Oregon's set up for success in the Big Ten. They had a very impressive debut. I think they're one of the teams that, to their detriment, they go undefeated. They don't get a home game. They have a 3-week break, and they catch an Ohio State team on a heater. One of the things with this playoff format, teams like Georgia and Oregon should have got a first-round home game. Oregon, under Dan Lanning, they've lost 1 home game in 3 years. Georgia, I believe it's at 31. Georgia Tech probably should have beat them, but they didn't. And, these teams, that's true home field advantage, and it should be rewarded in this format.
Hey, Bill, last thing, we'll get you out of here. So we are on to 2025 in a number of ways. Is there an off-season storyline that interests you most? There are rule changes that are possible, the 5 to play 5, the continued talk of the college football playoff format. Is there a storyline or a subject or 2 that interests you the most over the next few weeks or next few months in college football?
Well, I think the playoff will stay mostly the same next year. I do think Arch Manning and Texas will be very interesting. Where the SEC goes from here, I'm not one of those people pushing the panic button, because I know how many good competitive teams they have in that conference. But who's going to be the superstar player? The SEC didn't have a player finish in the top 10 in the Heisman voting. Doesn't mean they didn't have great players. Dylan Sampson was fantastic. I think going into next year, I mentioned Arch, Lenora Sellers will get a lot of hype. Nico could get in that conversation. Like I said, I'm so impressed with his toughness and being a California kid and going into that cold and playing well. So who emerges as the superstar, and where does Alabama go from here? Because Kalen's going to face, we talked about Brian Kelly. Kalen DeBoer is going to face a lot of pressure in the year 2 as well, because let's be honest, they're not used to losing 4 games and used to losing to, some of the teams that they did. Tennessee's beat them 2 out of 3 years.
Yeah, you're right. Probably should have brought that up. So before you go, Alabama, they're not going to sit. It's year 4 for Brian Kelly. I don't think that's going to be the approach from the Crimson Tide fans for Kalen DeBoer if they're still having the same conversation in 2 or 3 years. What do you think about that situation in Tuscaloosa?
Yeah, I mean, they're very much like Ohio State fans. They expect to win every game. There are very few programs in the country that can expect to win every game and mean it. And they were that with Saban. I don't know if it's going to be that with Kalen. I mean, the bowl game was kind of shocking to me, because Michigan was very motivated in that game and played very well and was limited offensively and still succeeded. So, yeah, I think – but you look at Alabama's roster, there's a lot of talent at receiver. Ryan Williams is back. We'll see if Ty Simpson can handle that. But there's going to be a lot of pressure on Kalen DeBoer in year 2, because in those games that they lost, they're definitely not used to losing to Vanderbilt. They've lost Tennessee twice in 3 years. The Oklahoma dud was probably their worst loss of the season, if we're being honest. And then they go down to a bowl game and get embarrassed by Michigan. So there's going to be a lot of pressure on Alabama in year 2.
Agree with you. Bill Bender, he's covering it 12 months out of the year. Sportingnews.com to read his work. Bill, always appreciate your time. Enjoy your work as well, and look forward to getting you on again hopefully sometime soon. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, Bill. Bill Bender with Sporting News talking some college football. We'll continue the conversation. We come back with an attaboy to hand out. It'll be an attagirl in today's show in our next segment. We'll wrap things up from today's show, top winners and losers out of the weekend. Busy final segment coming up next right here on Josh and Swain.
Now Taxes is using Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get your refund so you can do more with it right in Credit Karma. Now this is taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Covenant Health Fitness Center. If you are looking to improve your health, if you would like to start up a fitness routine, that is the biggest part of it, getting into a routine, a schedule. They can help you at Covenant Health Fitness Center with everything that is available. They have more than 85 group fitness classes that take place every single week. It's incredible value with your membership, the access that you have to all these different group fitness classes with a schedule that is always updated and provided for you. When you sign up, you can go through a fitness evaluation to then map out a plan to help you hit your fitness goals. Parents, if you need help with childcare so that you can have that time to get a workout in. With a family membership, you have access to complimentary childcare at Covenant Health Fitness Center. And when you sign up, it's month to month, no long-term contracts. So stop by, check it out for yourself. Kingston Pike, right off Pellissippi Parkway. Tell them the Sports Animal sent you. You can sign up for a free 3-day trial when you get started. Stop by, check it out for yourself at Covenant Health Fitness Center.
This has been a paid announcement.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com. Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-990-1551. That's 800-990-1551.
Fort Sanders Health and Fitness is now Covenant Health Fitness Center. Same great service, new name, no long-term contracts. Visit us at Pellissippi Parkway and Kingston Pike for a free 3-day trial. Visit covenanthealth.com/fitness-center or call 531-5000.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and football season is here. Are you ready to make some money? Have you bet on sports before? That probably did not go great. I can help you make money. Go to fatjacksports.com and get dialed in to turn a profit. The picks are emailed to you. They're on your personal portal on the website, and you can pay less than $50 a week for longer packages to make money betting this football season. fatjacksports.com, the only place you need to go. 100% transparent, and will turn you profit this season at fatjacksports.com.
This is John Wilkerson. Are you trying to figure out the new LED lighting options for your commercial building, parking lot, or home? Commercial Lighting Supply in Knoxville stocks the newest and best lighting options available. Whether you're building a home, upgrading an office or warehouse, or just replacing existing lighting, Commercial Lighting Supply has what you need. They carry a full line of LEDs, fluorescents, fixtures, and ballasts in stock. Commercial Lighting Supply has a full team of product experts at 1485 Amherst Road. Call 558-0080.
I'm Eric Ainge from Lenore City, and I'm an LCUB fiber broadband customer, and I love it. It's the best. Now, LCUB offers fiber broadband for business. Imagine super fast internet at work with no slowdowns, improving employee output and overall workplace efficiency. What's that worth to you? Local fiber broadband for local business starting at $89.95 a month with no contracts and no installation fees. Sign up now at lcub.com.
I remember when I was a little boy and every day we had fresh milk delivered by our friend Fred. You see, Fred was our milkman and he always had a smile on his face. He went about his business with joy and he served his customers well. He would deliver our milk ice cold in those glass bottles and right to our doorstep. It seems like that good old-fashioned, joyful service is a thing of the past these days. Well, not here at the Bed Store. We believe that when you choose to buy your mattress from us, that we should make your entire experience a great one. When we deliver your bed, we literally roll out a red carpet to make sure that we show your home the utmost respect, and we put little mints on your new pillows. We go over, above, and beyond because you deserve that kind of old-fashioned tuck-you-in service. Right now at the Bed Store, you can get well-tucked into any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get up to $300 in free sleep accessories, and we'll deliver that Tempur-Pedic locally for free. Come see us at any one of our 8 convenient area locations today or shop with us at bedstore.com. The Bed Store, well, we'll even tuck you in.
They say the best things in life are free. Streaming 99.1, the sports animal proves it. From the Budweiser studios of the sports animal, we are 99.1, the sports animal.
We're back for the final segment of Josh and Swain. We'll be back tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Swain, we will have a Lady Vols game to react to, a men's game against Kentucky to look forward to. Ron Slay from 1 until 2 o'clock to help us with that. The Slay Ride tomorrow, 1 until 2 o'clock.
It's going to be a goodie, that's for sure.
Yep, every week for a full hour we get to talk to Ron Slay. He's on 3HL in the afternoons in Nashville. He's on the SEC Network, and he joins us thanks to the great team from Native Design, which also helps us every single day hand out attaboys.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Home, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy.
We hand out attaboys and attagirls every day thanks to Native Design. Their website is nativetn.com. It's your local custom pool and hardscape specialists. And love seeing the story. Loved how proud she was of the accomplishment. American Madison Keys winning the Australian Open, winning her first Grand Slam title, and also seeing how she was celebrated by other players. Had an incredibly tough path to get the title. Not that it's ever easy. John Wertheim from Sports Illustrated noted, it's hard to recall a title that has gone over so well in the locker room. Other players so impressed and proud of Madison Keys for the accomplishment. Joel Silverberg, a little perspective, if you can, on what it is Madison accomplished getting that win all the way to the end at the Australian Open.
Madison's kind of a stereotypical teen prodigy. When she was 14, 15 years old, a lot of people really thought she could go on and win multiple majors. She made a Grand Slam final back in 2017, lost the final to fellow American Sloane Stephens, and then every time she got close, just didn't get over the hump. And last year, I think it was at Wimbledon, she was playing into the second week, was playing really well, dealt with an injury, had to retire from her match, and then dealt with some shoulder injuries, throughout her career, and kind of wondering, okay, is she ever really just going to get there? Now she's 29 years old, and she goes on a really impressive run. She had to beat 5 top 30 players to get to the title, including beating the number 2 Iga Swiatek and then number 1 Arina Sabalenka. So the top 2 players in the draw back-to-back in the semifinal and final. She's the first player to do that in Australia since 2005, I believe. She's in some pretty good company. So, yeah, just great for her to finally get over that hump and win a major and get back to a final for the first time in 8 years. But what a run it was to beat, I think it was 4 top 15 players and then 5 in the top 30 overall.
She is a champion. So an attagirl today to Madison Keys, winning the Australian Open over the weekend. And every day we hand out attaboys and attagirls thanks to Native Design. For 20 years, Native Design has transformed outdoor spaces into breathtaking retreats where families gather, friends connect, memories are made. Native Design turns ordinary yards into exceptional escapes. You can call Native Design at 865-310-3256. Or you can visit the website nativetn.com for Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialists. And by the way, Swain, I'm sure Madison moving forward will still expect of herself to go compete and try to win more championships. She's not going to try to stop at one.
Yeah, why not?
It's having a little fun. We had a discussion earlier in the show, which I enjoyed, talking about expectations, what is fair for fans to expect moving forward, as we also discussed the accomplishments that I think should be celebrated to this point. Today is the 4-year anniversary of Josh Heupel being hired as UT's coach. They've won a lot of games. They've won a lot of big games. Great moments have been shared, and Tennessee fans will want more of those moving forward. So will Josh Heupel and his players.
That's why we do what we do. That's why they do what they do. That's to try to win. Coach Caldwell, the team wasn't that good the last couple of years. This team obviously has been in every game. They should be a top 5 team right now. They've played hard. They've played close. And a lot of people are giving Coach Caldwell credit for the job that she's doing. But she don't want it. She wants the victory. She wants the wins. And that's a championship mentality. You got to have that mentality before you ever get the results. So I appreciate the mentality we have from our coaches on the Hill. Tony Vitello has reached the top of the mountain, and other coaches are pursuing the top of the mountain. That's the definition of chasing championships.
Yeah, Tony's not going to stop yelling at the Blue if he's unhappy with a call or two this upcoming season just because they won the baseball national championship this past summer.
They'll practice the same, if not harder, actually. They'll recruit the same, if not harder, because it may be even harder after you win a championship. So this is a good time to be a Tennessee fan, for sure. There's no reason to be, upset or feeling down about the athletics here. If you lose a game and you're disappointed, cool, that's fine, But this is the golden age right now in Tennessee athletics. And I did see a billboard that Auburn put up that said everything school.
Did they?
They did. Which, hey, they got number one team in the country, and that's cool. They're really good at gymnastics, right? Really good at engineering. But there is a billboard up, and it says, what is Auburn known for besides engineering? It says number 1 basketball, everything school. Well, 2 things don't make you everything school, Auburn. 3 things don't make you everything. Being good in gymnastics, having Suni Lee, who's, Olympic medalist.
Who's awesome.
Having an engineering school, and then number 1 in basketball. That'll make you everything school, Auburn. You can tone it down a little bit.
They have a bunch of mascots, too. So, there's that.
Eagles flying, tigers roaring. Tone it down, Auburn.
I love the SEC.
Everything school, really?
We'll discuss as much as we can. Close to everything tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Joel Silverberg producing. Thank you. See you tomorrow at noon here on Josh and Swain.
Premium, by definition, a product of superior quality and therefore a higher price. SweetDeals.com's